Yeah, man. Bless up, people. Bless up, people. Oh, my stay. Oh, my son. Oh, my son. Oh, my son. Bless up on yourself, people. It's been a while. But we're going to get to another live stream tonight. Definitely. It's been a while. We haven't talked some football. Siobhan, big up yourself. Shaki, Turner, big up yourself. Yeah, the show was supposed to be dropped, but wanted to make sure it was a good show. And we're going to have a good show today. There's so much to talk about, people. There's so much bombs I have to drop on the show, just like dark stuff when it comes on to football, being brutally honest, and how we're going to be dissecting this one. U20s, people are panicking. People are saying, like, whoa, the team didn't perform. Come on, guys. It's okay, man. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Trust me. I think now, as Reggae Boys fans, we need to accept the well-deserved respect. I think the senior men's team has put in a really good shift last year. Loving what Leon Bailey is doing at his club. Just finished watching Leon Bailey as well. I think the pressure is finally off Leon Bailey's back. I think that pressure is finally off Leon Bailey's back. He's playing, big up yourself, Tennessee Lewis. He's playing like somebody who knows he's supposed to be there. So shout out to Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey, you pick up a whole heap of clout in Panashoya. But it's because we know you, and this is what a lot of people are gonna say. You see, them hypocrites are gonna say, yo, everybody are gonna say we didn't know say Leon Bailey is gonna be good. Everybody know Leon Bailey had the talent. Most of the questions were, it was this what you call it now, a mental thing. But the players seem to have worked through that. We know when he got to Aston Villa, played through some injuries there, but he looked like he worked through that, and he looks like a baller who is saying, hey, you know, I deserve to be here. This is me. And he's playing that way. Do we get that performance for Jamaica? Kahim Dixon as well. Been watching some JPL, guys. Can I believe it? JT watching JPL. People, hit the like button as soon as you get here. And let's get this thing up and running. As soon as you get here, just hit the like button on the video. So we don't have to go through that. Yeah, so that's that on Leon Bailey. I think he's playing really well and hope we can get that performance. Devontae Cole is firing on all cylinders. If Trevante Cole, or is that his name? Trevante Cole. If that guy was, let's say he was 25, he's in the Prem. The way he's playing right now. If Trevante was in, say, the 25 range, he would be in the Prem. He looks really good. JT, you are a day late. Yeah, man. Cataract, you don't know, so we reason you don't know the thing sometimes. Devontae Cole. He scored again. The guy can't get off the score sheet. Marlon King. What difference does it make if him are just supporter? I don't know what that is, Marlon King. Devontae Cole, best championship striker. I have to agree with that. And people, we're gonna have a show tonight. JT is up and running. You don't when we enter the space, it's all about impact. It's all about impact when we enter the stage. I don't want to give you fluff streams where I just create stuff to talk about. There's a lot we're gonna chop up tonight, and with you as fans and audience and people in the chat, we're gonna hear your views as well. So, as we say, Devontae Cole, Cataract is saying he's one of the best strikers in the championship. He is to me, and I think if he comes, listen, and here's a player where this is gonna be good. Here's a player where his career is set up perfectly. If Devontae Cole plays international football and is racking up the numbers, he's going Prem. Devontae Cole can basically be in a Premier League team next season if he comes out for Jamaica and just start firing. If he pulls off, trust me, I know he's 28 around there. Clubs are still going to say we could get at least 2 years out of this guy. If he comes and play for Jamaica, plays well against the United States, score some goals, we beat the US, we have a finals there, he plays well in Copa America, he's Prem. There's a lot of clubs looking for a good number 9 right now as we speak. Not the Prem level. No, man, no, I know not the Prem level. Not the Prem level. Up, best of yourself, Jeremiah. So I'm saying that's a player where Jamaica can help his career. Jamaica can make Premier League clubs take another look at Devontae Cole and say, well, the guy had a good start, you know. The guy had a good start. He started out at a Premier League club, coming up through the ranks there. But that's how it works in the farm system when it comes on to the Prem and it comes on to moving players. That's how it works. There's a trajectory on, and it's accumulated, and basically it's connected to your age, stats, performances, how fast you're developing. Can you kick past this threshold? I think a big threshold for a lot of football players is between 19 and 23. For me, you have to start getting some things right there to enter the big leagues. And I think that's why we do, I would say, come down harsh as basically requiring certain performance from Leon Bailey. But we all can agree to get where he is in his career. Leon Bailey has passed that threshold, that 19 to 23. Enough pros saw enough in him to say, okay, this is someone we can invest in. This is a big brand baller. We're going to be able to move this guy for a lot of money in the future. No, that's what I'm trying to say. 1923. Players like K-Roy Anderson, they're young, but they're still on the verge of slipping to some League One club where we don't know where they are. Though he's in the championship. He's in one league down from the Prem. K-Roy Anderson, big up to Johan Borson. Oh, I should have let him know I'm having a stream right now. It's because I'm not on that phone. This is a Charlton man right here. And he knows K-Roy Anderson has been under pressure at Charlton, falling out with the coach at one point, I think. Or the coach didn't like, I don't know, the coach wasn't playing him. And sometimes we have to know that maybe Coach Jaime Hallgrimson does call up a coach from Charlton and might say, how is K-Roy doing there? You think he's ready for the big leagues? And our coach might say he's training well, still not hitting where we want him to hit yet. We don't know. Some of those backroom reports are coming through to Coach Jaime Hargrim. So obviously, Charlton Athletic has some collaboration with Jamaica now and the Mount Pleasant Academy. So we don't know. So Kira Anderson, that's why maybe the coach hasn't been playing Kira Anderson. But guys, and I'm not saying this against Kira Anderson. This is more to YouTubers and everybody in the chat, all the chat badness, everything. There's been time in the space where we call for players who we're like, God damn, get them out there. Don't think Kira Anderson is one of them. But I remember the campaign to get Javian Brown in the right back position from people, including myself. I was advocating for Javian Brown to be that right back for Jamaica. Why is he not there? He's playing at Whitecaps. Why is he not there? When he gets in there, we're like, how can we get him out now? How can we get him out? So for me, I guess Jonathan Russell, I think this coach, it must be a thing where this coach demands a lot. Because if championship club and League One clubs or whatever is playing these guys, I don't know why the coach think they shouldn't play. So maybe the coach, that's maybe a good thing that the coach's threshold for class players is much higher than we think. Maybe that's a thing where the coach is saying, yeah, the Kiroy and Jonathan Russell, they play well. They're not giving me that vigor that I need, that fight, that step on the gas kind of approach. Maybe that's why the coach is not putting them on the bench, taking them off the bench. Let me hear what Fat JT clubs check everything. Also, the JPL have link with Scott. No, everything. The player will be tracked. Everything as far as stats, how well the player is doing. Yeah, all these things. Big up as Travis Peso. Cataract said Javian was a step up from O'Neal Fisher and you know the crazy thing, and Mego said it's crazy. I don't think Javian Brown was a step up from O'Neal Fisher. O'Neal Fisher actually give you something going forward, and you know that O'Neal Fisher is to say O'Neal Fisher is any good is an abomination on YouTube. But I have to be brutally honest. Some of O'Neal Fisher's traits going forward was much better than Javian Brown. So I would have to say I don't think Javian. I thought we were calling for another kid named Desart out of Miami or something, a CDM. Don't hear nothing about him. Maybe the coach don't think he's like lighting up the place. Yeah, man. Dujon Whisper, people. Dujon Whisper has made his debut for Chelsea U18. Should Dujon Whisper gets a call back for the national team in the next upcoming window? Can that happen? Is that something we should think about, people? Is that something we should think about? Is that something we should think about? Dujon Whisper, EPL. Craig Butler said he was supposed to be the starting, supposed to be there for the first team. I'm not gonna beat Mr. Butler on this. To be honest, I think Mr. Butler also, we have to be fair to him of how he demands a level of respect to for his players, because he has proven by getting Leon Bailey in the league. Mr. Butler's standing also goes up when relationships get involved. People know, okay, this is Craig Butler. He has developed Leon Bailey. Look at Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey is all over the Premier League page. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a while since a Jamaican born. So Craig Butler has that respect. And I think he probably said, listen, Dujon Whisper has to try out for the senior team. He has to get a chance. If you don't think he's good enough, you let him play the U team. And I think that's amazing if Butler did that. A lot of people are saying, should Dujon Whisper get called back for the national team right now? Big up yourself, Colin Quest, who's a member of the channel. Always have a look out to the member. Them. Fisher is the worst player ever played, says Colin Quest. Facts, not really. I don't think he's the worst player that ever played. We're gonna be honest tonight, people. We're gonna be honest tonight, people. And we're gonna rev it up tonight, people. We're gonna talk some football tonight. We're talking all things football tonight, all right? all things football we're talking. So yeah, we were in the zone there. So Craig Butler he has that name out there. People, hit the like button on the video. Like, check out the vibe, check out the settings. Just hit the like button on the video. We're talking some football tonight. We're going over everything. We have a lot to talk about. I've waited enough time for there to be enough we can talk about 4 hours and not have to push it and like, oh, God, we talk about something that doesn't really, you know what I mean? Like, people, we're here tonight. We're gonna talk football wherever we want to take it. Just hit the like button on the video. That's all I'm asking for you guys. We answer questions. We're gonna drop the link soon, so I know other people are gonna join the show. And you never know. You're on Sports Prophecy. The show might go left, or it just might take a right. It doesn't matter. As long as we keep it respectful, and that's how we thread in here, man. We're not threading lightly here, fam. Yeah. So Dujon Whisper made his debut off the bench. So let's be realistic. Dujon Whisper is at Chelsea. And we talk about the credits that I think Craig Butler gets there. People never gonna see those part. As we said, and we talk about him getting Whisper that deal. That's amazing. And him demanding that the player actually gets a chance to get a look in for the first team. That's perfect. But now his level is going to be assessed by people who putting out top level product. So no, the diamond left the mine in Sierra Leone, rough diamond, but the diamond kind of shaped. Craig Butler shaped the fundamentals in the diamond where you can see the angles and see potential that if this diamond gets cut properly, when we send this off to Belgium, then we know so we can put it in our ring. You see me? Which is a championship level player. So Craig Butler has provided the semi-cut diamond by instilling the fundamentals in Dujon Whisper, get him up to a pro level for even the diamond dealers to take a look at him. Because the diamond dealers has take a look at him now, and he's at Chelsea. But here it goes. The diamond dealer has a lot of other diamonds that he's working with. There's diamonds coming from Senegal, diamonds coming from all over the world, diamonds in Europe, diamonds in the UK. He's saying, which one of these diamond we send here to get cut? Which diamond we send here to get cut? This diamond we send here to get cut. For me, under 18 football is perfect for Dujon Whisper. It is perfect because I want him to do what a Kobe Mano did. People, I did an entire show on Kobe Mano last year. People like, yo, JT, Kobe Mano not that wicked. That Kobe Mano not supposed to be wicked. Kobe Mano is 18 years old and he's a starting CDM at Manchester United. They've been talking about this kid since he's like 16. He's been that good. He's strong, but he came through the academy system. The rough diamond that Mr. Butler provided Chelsea. Not gonna just say rough diamond. The diamond has its cuts because that's what made it appealing, which is Dujon Whisper in the sense of getting the diamond bought. No, U18, I feel like they're gonna do some scrape off, like chip the diamond a little bit, chip it, and maybe start chip it. And then when him reach the U23s, them put it on the sanding thing now. The laser now, if we start laser in on what's his strong points, making the little cuts, making the little adjustments there. Okay, this diamond is ready for market. He's ready for Premier League. That's how it goes, guys. Dujon Whisper is not Premier League level yet, but we're happy about him being in a Premier League setup. He has to go through the cuts. Remember, it's like the doorkeepers. The people at the club who are the doorkeepers who are cutting the diamond. So when they say he's ready, he's ready. But for me, I want Dujon Whisper to dominate these levels, dominate these kids, and show them that, listen, a big man ball me there for play. That's how I see it. Dominate these kids. Because no, you dominated schoolboy football in Jamaica. Here is an opportunity to dominate in a more organized settings where players are all thinking about going pro. It's not just a youth that play some ball for Dentil or something like that. No, Whisper will have to play the game more tactically. I don't know his. I think he's not there tactically yet. I think this is one of the reasons why they put him down a level. He doesn't understand tactics because in the Haiti game, he didn't know when to run back, or when he ran back, he didn't know his positioning. So I think now they realize it. This kid is cut diamond, raw talent, can't get it to market yet. He's probably showing flashes in training, stepping over the ball, kicking it into the back of the net. But they want to know, yeah, oh, yo, Mr. Say, hack the system get hacked, brother. Mr. Say, hack the system get hacked. Yeah, man. So when they want to know that, I'm gonna bring it on, Siobhan. I'm gonna bring it on. They're gonna want to know, do we bring this kid to market? I know Siobhan is probably gonna come and but the Dujan whisper. What's going on, Siobhan? May I hear some weaponize in your background, like a feedback type of thing? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. You have some kind of,
Hold on there,
yeah.
hold on
So I
there.
thought,
Still I hear it now?
yeah, man, you don't have background noise cancellation on. All right. Let's see
Let
what
me check
happens.
it. Give me a minute. I'm gonna log out and log
Yeah,
back in.
and yeah, yeah, do that. Um, yeah, people. So yeah, we don't want the thing to get because the audio is crisp. The audio is polite tonight. Yep, the audio is crisp, man. It's really good. Devon, let's see what happens. Yeah, yeah. So Shavan just killed me flu a while ago. But yeah, with the player, we're gonna see what happened. Does he get a call up for the national team? Does he get a call up? I think this is the big question now. Does he get a call up to the national team in the next window now that he has made his debut for Chelsea U18 off the bench? I'm looking at it as like this now. He's a talent, and we all know that. But at the end of the day, he's a Chelsea U18, U21 bench player. As we speak, he's a Chelsea youth bench player. Let's put that we know his talent, and we know. So this is where we now need. This is why I think, and this is not Dujon Whisper's fault, but Dujon Whisper sitting in Jamaica for a whole year not playing football, I felt like that was a big year miss because this is you see this year now he's catching up on what should have been done last year. You see me at that reach, Dujan Whisper now the year where, and it's not his fault. He wasn't 18. He was 18, but we wish the situation was different where he would have been in England and he would have got this year out where he floats around in the youth league, get the pace of the game, see what Chelsea whole strategy of play is, and go over those things. He would have gone through that. He would have gone through that, but no, he's going over it now. Big up yourself, Jerome 876. He has to go over it now. So Dujan Whisper lost a year of competitive football, and it's gonna work. He's a good player, but I think a lot of us we want to see the kid excel. No matter what they want to say in the fans, don't let people convince you that you're a bad mind for the way you think. You can always appreciate while critiquing the situation. We appreciate Craig Butler developing these players. And no matter what, they cannot stop us from being fans of these players. We see Dujon Whisper playing, we're watching. That's the great thing. We're gonna watch. I only watch Aston Villa because Leon Bailey is playing. When Leon Bailey is not playing, unless the game is super crazy, I just turn it off. I'm there as a supporter. I support Leon Bailey. I want to see him play well. And a lot of us can be honest. Leon Bailey, outside of his injuries and being used improperly by Steven Gerrard, he hadn't played extremely bad at. But this year is his best season. This year he has arrived. This year Leon Bailey gets his respect around the league. And yo, Leon Bailey is a superstar. You know what's crazy about this? Even the Bob Marley effect right now. Think about it. Leon Bailey is the only Jamaican who left Jamaica took some detour, but he's in the Premier League. When they want to run a story on something Jamaican and they want to tie it in, you have to look at Leon Bailey. That's it. He's by default the man there by default. So enough respect. All right, you there, Siobhan? Me hear your mic now? Unmute your mic, Siobhan. Yeah, I believe that's the next level Mr. Butler need. Yeah, Mr. Butler, no, I think Mr. Butler also, I think now I'm starting to realize he knows the deal, but he also just gives people what they want and what they want to think. Like, in a way, I think that's his approach. He knew Whisper was just gonna make the Premier League team. But he still but I think he also learned the game. He realized this is how other scouts are probably selling their players, hyping the player up. Whisper good player, and we want to see him up and running. Jamaica good. Kaheem Dixon, people. Kaheem Dixon has me watching the Jamaica Premier League, right? Kaheem Dixon has me watching the Jamaican Premier League, and I watch the Jamaican Premier League with because of Kaheem Dixon. What I've realized with Kaheem Dixon reminds me a lot about he reminds me a lot of Walter Boyd. The Walter Boyd effect. Dixon remind me of Walter Boyd without the dribbling skills. Actually a better goal scorer than a Walter Boyd. The way I see the crowd react to Kaheem Dixon, he has that pull. He has that inner city pull. When he scores, like it feels like a Jamaican fan watching a Jamaican talent. Kaheem Dixon can't stop scoring. Um, Jose Mourinho spoke about bringing Drogba to Chelsea. Abramovich said, "Drogba, who? Who's gonna be the striker? I don't know the name." Mourinho said, "You pay and don't you pay and not talk." Drogba is now done in history. The respect I have for Drogba is Drogba, Thierry Henry, two different strikers, but get the ball in the back of the net. I think Drogba to me is one of the footballers in the whole world that understand positioning in the box. If you look at a lot of Drogba goals, he just sits in a spot and anticipate where the ball is gonna go. I don't know if that's through repetition, and I'm seeing the ball doing that so much. Drogba always seems to be there, and I think he's one of the best at positioning himself in the box. I haven't seen another striker master that since Drogba left the game. Since Drogba left the game, I haven't seen another striker. Look at the way strikers play now. Let's say Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry can just dissect up the 18-yard box. He was so good at the angles, how to get the ball in the back of the net, low placement. When I see Thierry Henry, I think placement, placing the ball in the back of the net. I think if he did TD, technical drawing, in high school, he would have probably been amazing. He was very good at the angles. So when you look at strikers and look at where the world of football is going, yeah. Sorry about that, people. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So yeah, Pearl was playing for the national team and scoring one is yeah. So as I said, Kaheem Dixon, he reminds me of Walter Boyd. That's my opinion. Not saying it's fact. The way I see the people at Arnett react to him as well, it gave me that feeling of when I used to watch Walter Boyd and he made something happen. Kahim Dixon gives me that feeling. He scored for the national team, though some might say this is a pickup team. But what I do like is if you would hit the like button on the video, that would be amazing, people. If we could just hit the like button on the video, that would be blueprint. That would be legendary. Just hit the like button on this video and we're off and running again. Kahim Dixon, for me, he's a goal scorer. Shoots the ball very well. Can be a bit. He's very snappy. And if you look at, don't say Kahim Dixon is gonna be in our team right now, but we don't have a lot of brilliant number 10s in Jamaica's team. We have good wingers, but we don't have that Kahim Dixon type of player, which is supposed to be Bobby Reed, who can shoot it from anywhere in front of the goal. Our latches onto it. We don't have that. So Kahim Dixon, though, what he has working against him now, it's a young player, but it's age. Even though he's a young player, it's age. Yo, football is crazy. I told you, when you hit 19, 23, when you hit 19, the threshold is between 19 and 23. He's going to have to take the Shamar Nichols route. And look at Shamar Nichols' age. I'm telling you, the age correlates with the development. He's going to have to take the Shamar Nichols route. Play well, JPL. Heads, I hope he doesn't end up USL. Go somewhere in Europe, Slovenia, Slovakia, and ball out and reach Belgium. If he can ball hard to get to Belgium, I think this is where the turning point is for Kahim Dixon. He has to get to Belgium. You see, he has to get to Belgium. If he goes to the USL, it's over for him. It's over for him. There's no way. The USL is just gonna pay him a decent rate. He plays well, pops up some season, have a good season, and he becomes one of those Jamaicans who floats around. You see what I said? So Kahim Dixon is a player, needs some gym work to strengthen him core. Yeah, man, I agree with that, man. He need, as I said, he need to get faster and a little stronger. Very nippy player though. He needs to develop, but I don't want him to go to the USL. He has to take the Shamar Nichols route. He has to go through some hardship to get there. If he could have played U20 and then excel at the level he's excelling at U20, he would have been good. I think he would have been making a big move. But no, he has to go Slovakia, Slovenia or something, or unless they can get him like a Tyreek Jimenez. But you see, what Tyreek Jimenez had working for him was his age. Again, very young. Tyreek Jimenez, very young. So he's 19 now. He has to just go pro. It's either college or he just goes pro. So this is why I'm saying to you, like the threshold, when you hit 19 there, if you're not somewhere, bro, it's going to be a tough road ahead. Getting there. Yeah. Let me see if I can read something here. When the Pearl played in jungle at the stadium, pack, even though it walks into any football stadium. Yeah, man. But you know, time. Yeah, man. They call brand them thing the Peter Mystic. I might term that the USL, the graveyard of the Jamaican football players. I mean, say it's a graveyard league. Let me tell you, term them. Graveyard league, walking red card. I feel we term them the people. We coin them thing they official. You see me? So he's USL. At the stage, USL ain't bad show, but they may change when season done. But I would prefer Europe. Yeah, man. I need him to go to Europe. It's like a Cephas and those guys, man. It's like Cephas and those kind of players. I need him to go to Europe, fam. I need him to go to Europe. Yeah, man. All right. Siobhan, you sound good, you know, right?
Yeah, hear me now?
Yeah, man. You can turn up your mic now, but I don't hear that big feedback anymore.
No, mama, I used the camera on the webcam before. That's why.
Yeah. Mad, mad. So what's going on, Siobhan? Checking in from Kingston, Jamaica. What's happening with the under 20 team? And what's your take on Kaim Dixon? As I said, I just outlined the route that he will have to take to go pro. Because he's too old, so he has to take a harder road to now go pro.
Well, first let me say blessings to everyone that's in the chat. Blessings to all the fans. Do want to take the time to say we appreciate you guys being here. So to the question now to Kaim, I honestly I think Kaim is going to take, not in respect of the club transfers, but I think with the national team, I think Kaim most likely is going to have the same route as what Dujan Whisper Richards had. You can see that confidence that the coach had in Whisper. You see
Mhm.
that the coach keeps adding him to the team whenever there's a local camp. He's always there. Um, I know that there was some potential of having a Trinidad game. We're not sure how that will go, but I think if there is a Trinidad game, I think he will actually be there as well. So I think he has a good potential. I'm not going to say that he's a world beater because we're far away from that, but he does have the potential. And I think, as this one I said, I think for him the best thing right now would be for him to leave the island, but I think that we'd have to wait until the summer transfer window before that becomes a possibility. Because I think he may have signed a professional contract with Arnett, so he can't leave now. So for me, he's a good talent. He's showed promise. He kind of silenced the doubters to some extent, saying that he can't play amongst persons older than him. He has silenced them to some extent. So it's just for us to kind of support him and see where his career goes from here.
Yeah, and you see, and I do understand why Mr. Butler didn't play Whisper in the JPL. But I think that's an advantage that Kahim Paris have over Dujan Whisper. He's playing in a more physical environment. Don't
True.
know how it's gonna aid his tactical development or the fundamental developments, but it's gonna aid him very well in the physicality of the game. So let's say Whisper had a year of that physicality plus his attribute, but I understand why Mr. Butler probably didn't want those guys to mess with his techniques or have him playing another way and confuse him. He probably wired him for the European game. So I understand that. But I'm
Not
saying physicality.
not only that, I think, and I heard somebody who has knowledge of the JPL. That person is actually actively in the JPL. The person basically stated that in the JPL, if you're a young, promising talent, the players will literally go out to hurt you. And I'm like,
In the JPL in Jamaica?
yeah, there's somebody who actually is in the JPL who actually has an affiliation with a team in the JPL. Not Brian, I'm not Brian, I'm not talk you. The person literally said to me that,
Brian not affiliate with the
that
JPL
yeah,
anymore.
that yeah, the person literally tell me that young players who may have the potential, persons may have that respect for,
Mhm.
when he goes into the league, the players may want to hurt him. And I'm like, that just sound
Sounds
backwards.
weird.
But
That sounds weird.
but honestly, when you see how the kid plays in the JPL, you
Mhm.
can see at times you may have some defenders. I don't want to use the
Yeah,
J
yeah.
word.
No, yeah. It's crazy too. So some of the defenders are like, 28, 29.
Yeah,
Them
and
the man they believe
for them
hard
their
tackle.
career kind of gone, run and leave them, so they don't want to have. So I think jealousy kind of steps into play. So I think Mr. Butler may have some possible good reason as to why he may not have wanted his
And and,
players to
and,
play
and
in the
that's why I
JPL.
said I'm okay with that. Under 20s, what's going on with our under 20s? I saw that a squad got released. Two
No,
players wasn't there.
that was a training squad. So
The
what happened?
train.
There is a coaching course that was going on recently. There was a coaching course that was going on recently, and they wanted to see the coaches how they handled U20 players. So they called. So that's the reason why they called those players. So it wasn't an official nationals camp. It was just for a training school, so you know that they need to have the players there. Marlon King, I agree. That's why there is referees in the game, but not every referee sees every tackle as a foul. Because there's referees who
What
will
game are we talking about now?
no, because I'm making comment to the fact that you have players who may want to hurt, injure the younger players. He made a comment that that's why there's referees in the game, and I'm saying that
Yeah, but you're
uh,
hurt after the referee. You're hurt
yeah,
before the referee intervenes.
exactly. You're still getting your foot broken or something. The most the referee can do is give a red
I don't
card.
want to sell that narrative though. I don't want to say it's like because the player I play with people who've been super aggressive against me, and there's ways how to protect yourself playing football, and you just have to be a bit more cautious when you see that's just the gist of things. You know what I mean? And protect yourself. Don't go into certain tackle where you know him. I go try broke your foot or something. I'm not doing that. You see me? I say you can
Yeah,
see a player's intention. You can see a player's intention sometimes. But I do understand that. The U20s, what do you think about that little stint down there? JT, it's the honest fact though. All right. Um, what do you think about the under 20 boys down there in Trinidad? Two, three encounters. Um, how do you feel? Do you feel any much better? I'm okay. Like as I said, there's one player that I really liked in the I know he was a bit raw in the first game. Still is that kid Forbes, number 4. That kid he has a pro level kind of physique when it comes on to football. I think if they can sharpen him up and he has a good tournament, I see big things ahead for that kid as a defender. Very tall. They just need to get him to understand it. He passes the ball a bit too much in traffic, though. That's something that I would like for him to be more safe with the football. They just need to teach him, like, bro, pass the football to an open player. Because I think, I don't know if he's under pressure to pass the ball into traffic or what, but he was doing that a lot. Not that concerned, Siobhan, to be honest. The first game, they went back and forth with Trinidad, who I thought was a bit more organized. They got back 2 goals. The second game, they held a adult team to a one on. It was a 1-0, 1-1 draw. And the second game, they showed improvement. The last game, they showed improvement by beating the Trinidadian team. And I don't think the surfaces that they were playing on was the best either. I saw a lot of awkward movement with the football
yeah,
there.
that's true. That's true. I think if we were to judge, I mean, a lot of persons would have been concerned about the first game in particularly. We never looked like a unit. We kind of looked disjointed in some aspects of the game. But if maybe it was a different day, luck would have favored us. So I'm not going to beat down on the players or anything like that because it was a good outing. The second game, I think we were told that it was a U23 team. It wasn't the senior team for the club. Um, that was it was a stalemate, right? It was nil all.
No, boss.
So I'm not sure if probably the players probably never took it that lightly because they knew that hey, the other Trinidad game was coming up and they probably wanted revenge on Trinidad.
Mm-mm.
The third game, no, you could see the impetus. We came out. We came out. We wanted the victory. We wanted the result. We scored early. And we never dropped off pressure. We kept on pressuring, kept on pressuring. And I think the second game was extremely well. For the coach, if I was the coach, I would be pleased based off the final
I
result.
would be pleased as well.
The only downside was when Trinidad scored. That would have been because I think we kind of lost
And,
it.
and another thing, Siobhan, these guys are going to be good enough. I think with John Wall, listen, John Wall has been through the process. He's a UEFA license. This is his sweet spot, actually. John Wall, don't think that John Wall is just doing this. John Wall wants to make his name. If he can excel with the Jamaica U20 team,
That's
I'm sure John
good
Wall
for his
has,
resume.
yeah, he has future aspirations. You know, if he can take these guys, and trust me, these guys know what's at stake. They know there's a lot of good players for Jamaica looming in the diaspora. So these guys there want to take their chances as well. And I
That's true.
think with John Wall training them over and over, Siobhan, and running them through the paces in game simulation, I think they're gonna be okay with an injection of a Kadamarchi and a Dujan Whisper. Those two players up front.
I
Even
wanted
with
to
the team that's there now, I think they could do damage.
I wanted to ask person's opinion. Because he is, I know I would want Whisper. Let me just get that clear. I would want Whisper to come and play for us, right?
Mhm.
But I'm wondering, do we need him for this particular trip?
No, no, not this. I'm not talking about the first phase. I'm
Oh,
talking
you're
about,
overall. No, I'm talking about
yeah.
no. I'm talking about right now.
No, for right now, I think we have to understand that FIFA Windows U20. I think John Wall has to do the best with what he has right now, and I think they have what it. And I think these guys are gonna get better as they play, and I think they could handle the first round. The problem is how they go forward. Go ahead, Siobhan.
Yeah, so what I've heard from reliable sources is that
Hmm?
we I
No, I
think
don't want
we
any
I
more
think we may
rice.
be counting our eggs
You
before
want
they
more?
hatch. Because I've been hearing from good sources that the teams within our zone they aren't as a walkover as we may first assume. So what I don't want us to do is to underestimate our opponents by sending a team that we think should be good enough, a team that we should think should be good enough, and then something happens. So I would really want a strong enough team to actually go through. So for me, while I honestly think I would want Dujan to continue at Chelsea so he can get his match fitness, so he can actually improve his game. But I'm then stuck to say that hey, we may need him because we do need goal scorers. Guna, you're here. You're there to comment.
Yeah, bless up, you know.
Bless up.
Good morning, good evening, good night. Big up to all them and them. Big up yourself, Shaban. And JT never disappear. Big up the people in my chat. Yeah, me they just forward because I want bring little, bring my opinion to the Dujan Whisper situation. Because I am really proud of the youth. To make him under 18 debut. And quite frankly, this is how I see it, right? We have never had a young man leave from Jamaica and go into a team such as Chelsea, ever. Whereas leave from here and go in a big under 18 or whatever, like what happened before, right, what happened now. I think this is the first time ever it ever happened. So that in itself is historic, right? And matter of fact, he didn't even play for a club before. He just basically leave Phoenix Academy and went straight into Chelsea's first team, second team, under 20, under 18. It don't really matter to me still, quite frankly. Because me just like to see another youth from our ground can lift up and go make himself a man and get the opportunity to go make himself a man out there. Now it's up to Whisper to go there and the score a bungler goal. That's the only thing you can do as an attacking player is make an impact. So either you're going to do a lot of assists or you're going to score a lot of goals. And once he has done that, then he will make himself. Either them are loan him out or them are make him play an appeal to, as I said, bro, me no matter because me just want the youth to play some ball. The youth has been not playing ball for a year and change. You see me? And still keeping his fitness to a level. But you know that when I reach that level, then now of fitness and you go a professional environment, I want different ball game that you're going in, literally speaking. So me personally, me happy for the youth, regardless of what. We hear people are trying downplay it. Oh, them are talk about him signing for Chelsea first team and under 18 in there. I care zero. Name one on the ball where there are nobody under 18. Name one on the ball where there are no side under 18. No way. You understand what I say? So it's just another dirty crab in a barrel thing me hear some people at all. Me no care. More on the youth to get the opportunity to go out there, go make himself a man. It's now the ball game. It's now at his feet. It's now up to him to go there and make his mark. That is the only thing he have to do. I can't look for nobody else to do it for him. He have to do it. Craig Buckler can't go play for him. You see, pray. So the dog have to go up there, score a bungler goal, make a bungler assist, make him name. That is what you have to do because you're going to have 6-7 players competing for your spot. And they're going to be trying to score goals and making assists. So even when you might be more naturally talented than they are, if that be the case, they are going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight. So it's in a professional environment. It's not like you're the only good striker where they are at KC or the only good striker where they are Phoenix. You're now in an environment where it's a competition. So I'm hoping that he has the mental aptitude to go there and make himself a man, score a bungler goal, bring up him average to 1 and 2. And if that happens, then we can move on to the conversation can evolve into another conversation now. But you can't downplay the youth because none of the ball of them when them gas up boy, like Exxon Mobil are not man them gas up boy, and none of them not do nothing though. So the youth they over there they're now one of the hardest league in the world, playing under 17, under 8, me not care, brother. The man over there do it, big him up. Some of the man them when me hear them a glorify, so the toughest thing them are rare, them still there JPL play. You understand what I say? And everybody not get them opportunity at the same time. So some of them youth that still can't have the opportunity for maybe later on in their life them make a mark. You understand what I say? But we have to big up the youth. That I first thing. So I have to big up Craig Butler too because he's a person we bring through the youth, coach the youth, you know, give the youth the opportunity, manage him, put him in the right mental place so that he can get in. But even when them go the school where they go in England where he did go spend a couple of years and thing. That school is not a normal school either. That school they produce some of the biggest footballers in England in the world. Someone that book it name, you know, isn't it? So we have to understand that these opportunities that have been granted to him is not just because it's Craig Butler alone. If you're coming with a full product, nobody ain't gonna buy it, bro, no matter who you is. And it's not like Craig Butler is known for bringing.
Yeah, so let's turn the corner here. Do you call him up for the national team the next window?
I'm gonna reach to say it now. So, me still get to that, man. Just make me land. So me just say because I'm hearing murmurings, I'm just like the styling, you know, like them I try to underplay the contribution of Craig Butler. Like I just because of Craig Butler my game, and not him alone. Craig Butler have one whole team of footballers down there. So it's not him alone. So I have to give credit to the man who give him the opportunity. Them say in my work, them say anybody who put your hand to the game never ever disrespect them. So he put on the man.
I thought we moved past that Craig Butler thing that still too. Like.
No. I've as me said, bro. Let me land now. I try to show you. Say I've heard murmurings where people are trying to style him, and regardless of the facts away. So I move it to.
We can't save them people. Anybody who can.
Yeah. But me still have to comment on them, JT. So as me say, moving forward at this current stage, if the next call up comes in, I wouldn't call him. I would appreciate the player bed himself in. And get as much playing with his teammates as possible and play as much in wherever I'm going to play as much as possible and keep himself there as much as possible. I want him to stay there and develop himself for even when time Nations League start back or the next
I'm talking about Nations League, you know. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Moody call him. No. Moody call him. But I make him go and bed in a little bit.
And that's
based on the timing. You know? The timing of the thing because Nations League are next month, right? March?
Yeah, March.
Right, so me make him go and bed in, man.
Let him focus on try to start at
evening. Yeah, right. You know, he was just getting there, get his fitness level up to where it's supposed to be. You know, get himself in a new environment, familiar with the environment. Me that just make him go and stay. Load that one matcher. And then if we go to the finals, if Jamaica goes to the finals, then we can say, okay, maybe if he's performing well, then we can give him a look in. He's playing right. He's playing as a winger now for the Chelsea. Well, he's technically a winger. He's just built like a striker, so people think him as a striker, but he's actually a wide forward.
Yeah, and he's if you look at this team, you know, and if he doesn't get called for the next game, I don't see him get called anytime soon. The reason why is Shamar and Demarai Gray is out at the game. If Devontae Cole comes into that game, play well. Shamar comes back, Mikel Antonio comes back. It seems like the coach it tends to lean towards experience. Cataract, we're gonna bring you in there, Cataract. Lean towards experience as far as that is concerned. Cataract, and the concern of Dujan Whisper, do you bring him in for the next window or
right? Blessed Sunday to all man. I don't know. Yes.
You bring him in?
Time come for Whisper. Because
are you saying
the man. Hold on, let me answer the question. Time come for Whisper. Commit the man, commit the hour. We are suspensions and injuries have left us depleted on the front line. He has been given some opportunities last year to blood himself into the national team, the senior setup. And therefore, for me, come March 21st, when I am in Dallas, I am expecting to see Whisper run out on the warm-up and maybe start. Maybe. But I believe Whisper definitely deserves his place there. He has been patient. He has gone into Chelsea, put on a cameo appearance.
Okay.
And hold on. You allowed
All right.
Guna to fly a long distance flight from England. I'm not flying so far. I just flying from Miami. But I'm saying that he this is the time. If not now, when? Because we are short-handed. The players to which you refer to, we don't know how they will acclimatize to CONCACAF. I don't agree with Guna because remember the final is 4 days later, you know. So it's not like you're going to come back in another window for the final. The semi-final and final are being played there and the third place match, right? So, which I expect us to be in the final. So I don't even know why I'm talking about third place game. I think that the little that we have seen of, and I went back and watched it on Chelsea, the Prem 2 TV. He didn't score, but he looked lively, and that's as best as you can ask from a player making his debut. They are not getting the Craig Butler who deserve credit. I believe Mr. Butler, he would have spent a lot of time developing Dujon Richards. Dujon took a different path than Leon Bailey, who was at Genk and at Leverkusen, etc. But this one, I think, would have been developed right here in the land of wood and water. So Mr. Butler deserves every credit that he should get. Which Whisper in the squad. The last point I'm going to make is that I'm going to stand up for the hypocrisy. I hear Dixon play a couple under 20, you know, he played a couple match in the JPL, one match for Arnett, and man calling for him to come in at the national team right away. So how the same mouth where I call for Kaim Dixon go and say Whisper for sit down.
I think Keter, those are just
they're not fringe. They're not the fringe element. They are the main. They're some mainstream, man. So help me understand that, Mats.
No,
help me understand that, Mats.
This is how Karim Paris gets Karim Dixon. Let's say the coach had these 3 or 2 games set up in Trinidad.
No, we're not talking Trinidad game, no.
No. This I'm saying. This is the only way Karim could have had a look in. I'm giving you a scenario. The camps that we're having now, Jamaica keep playing the teams in different parish or whatever, or wherever teams they're playing. He keeps scoring. Then, as the coach said, they end this training session cycle with some friendly games in Trinidad. Let's say that happened, and he went there and light it up as well. And we're looking. What I would say,
he's gonna go there and score 2 hat-trick.
No, I'm saying we would still have to look at it. It's fairness.
If he could go there and score 2 hat-tricks, he would be behind Whisper in the pecking order. Because there's no way that you're going to tell me... Hold a moment.
It was not choose him over Whisper, bro.
Hold on now. I am not saying you know. I am saying there's sorry, I got distracted. Lord of mercy, boy. The socialist girl must have linked off before the brother. I'm saying that Dujon Richards, OC Whisper, played against the full Trinidad national team. Me see him with 2 YEILD. The full team. So whatever you do against a locally based Trinidad squad is irrelevant
No, but
in
listen to
comparative
this.
terms.
Wait, Cataract. So, but listen to this. Both these players, the only thing you can really say, the experience that Dujan Whisper have over a Kahim Dixon is he toured Europe, played in at Brookhouse College. But look at this, they both excel at a similar league. If part of the ISA schoolboy football was used to then beefed up Dujan Whisper's talent, we can say this kid also excel at that level. Maybe it wasn't on the scope with the hype and everything. So I'm saying the same way, the only experience Dujan would have over him then was his tours in Europe. Let's say,
No,
because
sir.
Dujan Whisper,
No,
let me just make a scenario and I'm gonna let you fly. Dujan Whisper played well again in the Trinidad games. He got selected. He wasn't playing any other football. This kid is playing Jamaica Premier League. I know it's not the marquee league where you can say, okay, this is a marker and stick where we used to judge players. Let's say he has that, and Dujan Whisper wasn't playing any football after Manning Cup. This kid is playing JPL. Let's say he goes to Trinidad, which is you're gonna say no, it's not the same national team with the same caliber players, but he carries over his performance. He scored in for the national team in their pickup games, local stuff. But let's say he goes there, he's gonna have to be in the pool of discussion for the coach. That the coach is the one who's looking at him, and I'm saying they gave Whisper that opportunity as well based on what the coach saw. So if the coach sees this in Paris, Dixon, then both of them can be there. For all I care, it's just we have to have the pathway open for talent that we think are exceptional. Continue.
So here's the problem. You have a young man in Turkey named Ronaldo CFS. I believe he has booked his place. I've been saying that his place in a national senior 23-man squad. So I really believe there's only one place left open. Leon Bailey is there. So how many wingers are you going to carry?
Is Kahim Dixon really a winger?
Is he not?
I didn't know that.
He's a big man central striker. Big man.
No,
I just want you to pause for a minute. Just pause for a minute. Look at Kahim Dixon, and I will invite Guna, who them and they watch more of the youth than me, right? Just pause and tell me if you see Kahim Dixon posing up against Ethan Pinnock. Just tell me how you see that duel going.
He's not that kind of player, man.
Just tell me. Ian Goodison would do that as well. Sorry, Ian, but he doesn't
I see him more as to be honest, like
Pinnock
a way
would
how
put
we
him in
use
his
Bobby
pocket.
Reed. I see him as the way how we use Bobby
Kahim
Reed.
Dixon is a out and out striker, my fam. Whisper Richards is a wing forward. Like
you are correct.
Sar, like you know them like
No, I understand Salah, them player, but I'm just saying
them a
that
wing forward, like where the one where we used to play for Liverpool, where
Salah.
Sadio
Mane.
Mane, then kind of man.
That's
Them
not
more play out wide and come inside. So that is more the role where. But Dixon now is an out and out striker. But I said physically, I don't think based on what me see, him physically can't manage big man ball game yet. But him nippy, because him nippy and him quick thinking and him skillful. He's been able to wiggle his way out of situation. Similar to the youth used to play for we end up on the wing. When him Cavaliers man, my boy there. Busy Atkins, man. So I see him kind of by them nippy and him quick, but Busy Atkins is a very, very fast player. So he have pace to get with there. So if you don't have pace, you have to use physicality. I mean, I think Dixon is the most paciest as yet. I mean, I think because he can get faster. You know? If he work on himself, he can get faster. He can get big. He can get stronger. So he needs some gym work to manage big man ball game. But if the coach sees him as an extraordinary talent, and they want to call up a local pool of players, and they want to call him up to get a look on him, then I am 1,000% in support of that. As I said on another program, I would like to see him come up against Rupert and see how him in a training, not on a football field, but in a training, obviously.
In a training.
So
Yeah,
I want to
I
see him
agree.
against them, and then coach can assess him and send him back home and say, go work on this, go work on that, go work on this, go work on that. But develop the player, meaning say we're preparing the next generation of reggae boys who are able to come to it from locally, from the local side, because they're not getting that training, they're not getting it at the clubs, then them not get it, but them coming at the Jamaica football program, them are gonna get the opportunity there, especially if them are youth, especially if them are local youth. I talk about a 30-year-old, 33-year-old man I get called from JPL, bro. I talk about a local youth to just forward in, and if the coach deem him as an extraordinary talent, when he feel like, oh yo, that youth have the ability to be a next top striker and bring him in a squad. I'm all for that. Shaman Nicholson was the same thing, bro.
Can I make one more point? Can I just make
Jamaica Premier League and go foreign, and then get him called when I'm about 21 or 20, bro. And look where he's at now. So
we're gonna let Siobhan answer Guna, and then we come back to you, Qatar.
All right, so I understand the context of the conversation pertaining to both Dujan and Dixon. Honestly, I wasn't thinking about either players for the senior team, to be honest. I don't think both players are ready for the senior team right now. I think we have players ahead of them. Honestly, like the fact that we're here discussing one potentially being there, for me it's kind of, but because we do have players outside. For example, we do have a Bailey Kadamachi. He's playing at a higher level than both players. He's scoring at a higher level than both players. He's fit. To me, he seems fitter than both players. So if we're talking about bringing somebody to the senior team, Bailey would be a better call up. But I don't think Bailey is.
What would you say about Whisper already kind of had some experience with the senior team?
Yeah, he already has. But for right now, where he is right now, meaning that we're just going to be taking Dujan there now, and then potentially him not having that when we do have other players. We have a Jamal Lowe. We don't know his situation still, but we do have other players that can come in. So
my stance is in a Siobhan. I'm not calling up Whisper for the next game. I don't see where he's gonna contribute. He has
that's why I was saying I don't know why the conversation swayed to either Dixon or Dujan being called up. Because remember my initial
statement. No, but we can. That's what we're discussing right now.
Yeah, remember my initial thing was pertaining to the U20.
Yeah, but Dixon cannot play U20.
U20. So. No, I know. That's why I said I don't know why the conversation went that way. Because the U20 is what's coming up next. Because it is a big thing now. It is the main thing that we are kind of looking forward to right now. But if you want to have that conversation, fine. But for me, right now, I don't see either Dujan or Kaim making the senior team. To be honest.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
So let me respond. Go now.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Halfway along the line, but then with you. But sir, if I can hear him, Dixon, then his next stop is early February. Sorry, later on in February. To play against the 2 matches against Trinidad senior team. That is his outlook. Whisper is in a professional setting at Chelsea. We can say for certain medical, physical training, diet would have changed dramatically since January the 1st, right? Since he arrived there, because they are not going to play with their asset. So he would have gone through now nearly 3 months of development, right? When March the 21st comes around. January, February, and a couple of weeks in March, 2.5 months of developmental work, including match fitness and match sharpness, which we will see those results. But I cannot sit here and entertain any discussion that looks at a player who has 4 national caps, 1 goal at senior level, including 2 matches at competition level, Gold Cup level. So it's not friendly. Things are at stake. And you come on. I remember Trinidad had scored and come back. I think it was 2-1 they were at the time. And he came in and put a 3rd goal in or increased back the margin that we had. So I can't sit here. I can't agree with Jaman that he don't come into the equation. No, he is the equation. The only thing that can happen is that he plays poorly for Chelsea, and the coach think he's okay. He's fallen off of form. So Jamal Lowe, not in my equation. If you're talking about whisper, could he come? Jamal Lowe is an out and out striker who sometimes in Jamaica we put him to play on the wing, but he's an out and out number 9. The out and out number 9 who I would call up, but I don't think the coach would go there, is Andre Gray.
Oh my God.
Andre Gray is a direct replacement for Mikel Antonio. The same sort of short muscle.
Right? Antonio is coming back.
Antonio's injured, sir.
Didn't he said he's back now? In Siobhan? Didn't I saw this week that he's back?
Sir, they picked up 6 and back where? They just picked up 6-0 and he was not anywhere near
He's back
the
to
ground.
training now, to training. He's back in training now.
The last time he came back, and I wish him well, because the last time he came back in training, rushed on, he injured himself on the training ground and stuck another month on his recovery. But I'm just saying, as we speak now, he's not.
Gray, I think that ship has sailed, man.
Jesus Christ.
I think that ship has
All right.
sailed.
How you sailing the ship? And I take a moment because you
The ship there, Saudi Arabia right now, brother. Ship there, Saudi Arabia right now. We can't see that the ship they're going through the Panama Canal right now. Yeah, we can't see that. So Andre Gray, you know, we passed that phase. We have to start looking to get younger as a team, and the coach said that was one of his plans. Is to start to get younger. We have to start phasing out player and can't keep reverting back to players to give us 2 and 3 games. No.
Okay, so Jay Taylor, who you would have to replace? We're having a deficiency at the forward line. What are the
as you say, if Devante Cole ready, he's
Devante
there.
Cole. So you have Devante Cole. Who else is there?
Devante Cole.
He has never played a game for Jamaica. He has no experience within CONCACAF.
Yeah, but
he's not extremely prolific either. I think he's maybe better than a lot of what we have, but I don't think.
What do you mean he's not? What do you mean he's not prolific?
Okay.
He just have score a goal this season.
Give me him stats now.
He have a breakout season.
He's having a breakout season. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So why not talk about, bro? Has he scored? Has he had 3 seasons scoring?
No, last season.
No.
Last season, I think he had 14 goals. This season, he's gone already. 14 goals for the entire season. Halfway.
Yeah, I mean, look at entire season. You know, Jay Taylor. Me look at ratio. That's what I'm talking about. Look at entire. A man can score 100 goals for the entire season. And you say, yo, the baddest thing can score 100 goals, but it's 100 goals in 1,000 games.
Yeah, but he's the leading scorer in the league right now.
Yeah, I know that. I'm aware of that.
Yeah, but all right, but
he's 28 years old. Hold on. So let's we're here. We're reasoning. Okay, so cool. Devante Lavan Andrew Dewar Cole, born 10th of May 1995, is an English professional footballer who plays as a striker for EFL League One club Barnsley. He's now 28 years old. His number is 44. Okay. It shows him coming up the line. He has let's start from when did I start from? He was playing at Doncaster. He had 9 appearances, no goals in 2020. 2020-21, he was playing at Motherwell. He had 27 appearances. He had 11 goals. In 21 to today, he's playing at Barnsley. He has 99 appearances. He has 33 goals. That is 2021 to 99 appearances, 33 goals. That is 1 in 3. England under 16, he had 5 appearances, 2 goals. England under 17, 9 appearances, 3 goals. England under 18, 1 appearance, 1 goal. In the under 19, 2 appearances, 1 goal. So that's 2014. I don't think we know I'm going further back. So I'm checking from 2020. So I'm saying again, he's not that prolific, but he's probably better than what we have. So somebody care to disagree with me again?
All right. So
tell me that he's prolific.
I'm not going to disagree with you, except to say that in comparison to Andre Gray, Andre Gray was hitting at, I think in UEFA, Andre Gray had 6 goals in 4 games in the UEFA Conference League last season, right? When he was playing for a side in Cyprus.
It was in Greece.
Greece,
Mm.
right? No, the Greek league is not a punk league, you know, right? Because you have AEK, Ajax, and them AEK Athens and
Bro,
those teams. But,
the Greek league is bare physicality. Bro.
Olympiacos, they over there too.
and he has gone now to Saudi Arabia, where he's scoring probably about a goal every other game. And that ratio.
And how old is Andre Gray?
Andre Gray is 32, but he's the same age as Mikel Antonio. He's the exact same age as Mikel Antonio. That's what I'm saying. If you're not saying he's the long-term solution, but we have 2 games to win our first major silverware in our history outside of the Shell Cup, right? But the first regional silverware. Am I going to put that on the back of
But
hold on, let me ask the question. Are you going to
Land. Come on,
hold on, a circle,
what
man.
you're saying, but more say something to JT a little. Go
But just let me ask the question. Are we going to place that on the boots of a striker making his debut in a strange land, or a 4-year-old? He's only 4 more years than Devante Cole, because Devante Cole and a spring chicken striker who has played in the United States already on more than one occasion. He's played in the Gold Cup, he's played in the World Cup qualifiers, right? Who would you trust to lead the line with everything on everything to play for?
All right. Let me add. So before him reply, let me say something else too. Andre Gray has never had a terrible game for Jamaica. He never have a terrible game where you can say, John, the man look like him last on the field and look stupid on the field. He never have a terrible game for Jamaica yet. He may just move kind of slow, but in terms of technical ability, I know for there. And he is not the most prolific either. But we're looking at the experience now compared to a man who has never played for Jamaica yet. You have to put him up against the USA. So I am not for that. If it was a choice and I had to make a choice, I would choose Andre Gray over him any day of the week and twice today.
And Devante, remember, Devante Cole been in the last camp with Jamaica.
Yeah. He's been in the last camp. But look, as me said to you, I ask it. You answer the question first, and then me ask him my one. So he's asking if you would place a player who's never played in the land. Go ahead.
All right, can I file an injunction on what Cataract had said earlier?
Yeah. Go.
Mine your trigger Cataract, but sure that them already a trigger.
All right, so Cataract. All right, I want to correct Cataract. Cataract. I am never somebody that's. JT can attest to that. That I would call Whisper to the team. My statement was pertaining to right now. We were having conversations, and for right now, Dujan hasn't played much football for a long while. We saw what he can do. You saw that he sprouts there, but you saw at times where in the US game, it's not a game where we can have somebody not tracking back. And we can see that he still has that type of weakness to his game, which I know Chelsea will try to work on now. All right. So for me, I just don't think this window for March would be the right window to call back a Dujan, because he has not played consecutive football now for almost a year. So that was I had nothing against Dujan Whisper. JT can attest to that. So I just wanted to verify that. And now to Guna, you were making reference to Devante Cole's stats and saying that, hey, he's this and that years old, however, understandable. But I think last year and the year before last, almost everybody in Jamaica was calling for Ivan Toney. And Ivan Toney can almost have the same type of upbringing as a Devante Cole.
That's a fact.
So, while I understand where you were coming from, we can't just put back a player just like that, because there must be a reason why his name is being talked about. It must be a reason why he's a leading goal scorer. And at one point in time, to be fair, Cataract wanted us to call Anthony Grant, who was playing in the same league.
I have
So
no problem with the league.
no,
Are you mad,
hold
bro?
hold on, man, Cataract. Just relax now, bro.
Address that. Fam. What
No,
me say?
no, hold on.
Hold on, Cataract.
I know say in a bad group, you know, but remember saying he's a solo artist, you know. Me just tackle.
Hold on, God. Me just address him there. I'm him directly say something. Me just want to answer. I am not saying anything negative about the player in the regards. I am saying he's not that prolific. Notice I choose my words very carefully on platforms such as these because people tend to take your words and put it out of context. Me say he's not that prolific, but he's probably better than what we have now. That is what I said exactly. You remember that, Shaban?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So and then Unu jump up and say, what do you mean by he's not that prolific? And then I read out the stats to prove that he's not that prolific. But
Yeah,
what stats do you use? What are the stats that you as the benchmark for prolific for a prolific?
1 in 2.
1 and 2 is a prolific striker. That's internationally accepted.
What do you mean?
You're scoring 1 and 2 in Jamaica Premier League. You're gonna move from Jamaica Premier League the next season.
No, wait. No,
One goal, a goal every 2 games.
A goal every 2 games.
Is what's defined as a prolific striker.
That which means, striker in the EPL I give you that?
Just hold on, JT, just hold on, my answer, you know, man. You are the host, you know, so my answer. That is what you call a 20 goal a season striker in the Premier League. Right?
Well,
because the Premier
League.
Just hold on, man. God. Just hold on, killer. 20 goals a season striker is a prolific striker in world football.
No, you see, no. Cataract, I just want you to know, you see, this is stats on the call out right now. We are going to prove it tonight, so no wrong. I don't know no 1 in 2 striker. This is 50% of them goals. Bro, do you know what you're saying?
Hold on. Just that. I'm saying to you that in the Premier League, they are level set. First of all, there's double-digit strikers. Right? That's a striker that has a goal every 4 games.
Okay, can you? I want to stick to the point. You're saying you want strikers that 1 in every 2 chances they are scoring.
Just stop, man. Just ignore that. I am making a point.
Just says 1 in 2. We're gonna solve this. This is gonna be fun because there's no 1 in 2 striker I know who score 50% of your chances.
It's not chances. You're missing the point. This is not chance. Listen, JT, if you listen and allow us to finish the point.
Yeah, but
no, you're saying yes, but
can find that here. But just gonna need when we can find that.
Because you're not listening, my friend.
Go ahead.
So just listen first and then counteract. That's the art of song clashers. Clash where good and know about on stage. That's why Ninja Man is the greatest. Listen to lyrics first, and then build a lyrics off of my lyrics. Don't listen to the intro, listen to the lyrics. 1 in 2 striker is a striker who scores 1 goal every 2 games on average over a season. Right? That equates to a Premier League that has 20 teams, which is what most Premier Leagues has, Spain, Italy, Germany, to scoring 20 goals for the season. Right? Because 20 teams mean they play 38 games. Right? That is what's recognized as a prolific striker. The next level down that people look at, did you get into double digits? And if you get into double digits in a 30-game season, you're scoring at 1 over 3.5. 1 every 3.5 games, you score a goal. Right? And that is what's called a good return. But by no means prolific, because you have 15. Man, you score 15 goals for the season. So you just have to take it in a balance. Now, Devante was in the league. And in the same league, Johnson Clark Harris, when he was scoring 14, Johnson Clark Harris was scoring 28 and 30. Ivan Toney was scoring 30.
Johnson Clark is a prolific striker.
Yes, and Ivan Toney is a prolific striker. Now, when you have to now take a balance, there is what is called a coefficient. That when you move up a league, You can't compare a Premier League 20 goals with a Championship 20 goals. And a Championship 20 goals is not the same as a League One 20 goals. It's not the same as a League Two 20 goals.
Everybody understand that. So
Good.
what I want to get
So
clear-
hold on. Let me make my final point and address Siobhan. So when I was calling for Anthony Grant, who was in League One with Swindon at the time, it is because we had no other player outside of Isaac Hayden in the championship. Isaac Hayden was in the Premier League, and Kevin Stewart was in the championship getting injured every other game. That's the reason why I said, okay, this is what we have then now below the championship level. So it's not that I would never, in good conscience, look here, oh, family, I love him, I rate him. If Isaac Hayden had declared for Jamaica, I could not have been promoting Anthony Grant over Isaac Hayden because he's not as good as CDM as Isaac. Bottom line, and I don't know how much time I keep on to repeat that.
We can chip in, sir.
Yeah. Before you reach us a good now, I just want to ask him, Siobhan, we did want to know how many strikers in the Prem is one in every 2 games. Siobhan, if you can bring, because I'm telling you, bro, that is very, very high. And if
No,
that's
I'm
what
saying
even-
to you, Magee, you see, you have good strikers, you have different strikers play different roles. But if you classify somebody as prolific, that is 1 goal in every 2 games on average. So if you play 10 games, you score 5 goals. Even if you score the whole 5 goals,
how many of them players say? How many of those players are out there, even other teams?
That is why there are not many prolific strikers, my G.
That's why they sell for 150 million.
But that's the word that I use. So attack that. I said he's not that prolific. He's 28. He's not like a 21-year-old. Me da rather call CALABAR more than him. Because CALABAR big and quick and look like him can cause some problems in a CONCACAF. And he must score too. You see me? So me da rather call CALABAR and him young. He's a local youth. He's about 18-year-old. And him playing a big man league already. So them man, they skip over every man and they're right at the front of the line, in my opinion. But I was asking you, J. Taylor, this is where the conversation started from. I was saying, if you're not gonna call Andre Gray because him a 75-year-old, and Michael Antonio is out.
That's not why I wouldn't call him.
4 strikers then.
That's not why I wouldn't call him. I wouldn't call him because he's just been out of the fray, out of the loop. I believe
but with that reasoning, when they come in at the body and complete some good games away, and him nobody now look on him.
Who that?
My boy that used to play for Chelsea.
Hector.
Huh?
Who? Michael Hector.
Hector now come in outside where they have out of the wilderness, man, and come play good, man. Remember say one time he be below the wilderness too, you know.
Position, may I think, though. But as I said,
I'm saying to you, if you can see the position, J. Taylor, the same man, why they brought him is because you had a problem around there. Huh?
No, accept I personally wouldn't call him right now. I don't think...
you're okay, personally. I mean, I have no problem if it's a personal, because you're putting a qualifier there. So. But I'm saying to you that if using your logic, if Wayne that can use a man who has an advocate for him forward in our side too, you as an advocate
for
Hector.
No, when he was out in
the wilderness.
Okay, but that's when the player is a different age thing for me and a different position.
But Hector is not a prolific. I'm just saying to you, if you're using that logic, we have a deficiency in attack. We have 2 our strikers them out, bro. 2 our top strikers them out. Michael Antonio is out. Shamar Nicholson is out. Who is gonna come in? Who you ever call for play?
Demarai Gray is out.
Name your 4 forward them.
All right.
Name your 4 forward.
Demarai Gray is out as well.
This one.
Who's that?
Demarai Gray is out as well.
Young Gray is out as well. So
yes,
Ronaldo
Cephas. I'm calling Ronaldo Cephas for Demarai Gray, and I'm calling Devontae Cole for Shamar Nicholson. I don't know if the coach is gonna go back to Romario, because he seems like a coach who likes some level of continuity. there. But as you said, we're then short on strikers, but it wouldn't be Andre Gray that I would be looking at, because I thought Mikel Antonio will be coming back as well. If he kicks off training February 24th, I'm thinking in March, maybe that's gonna be too early. They're gonna need somebody to play striker. You're right, but if that's what you guys think, I just thought I would. That's in a case where Whisper has to get called then as
JT,
well.
So
JT,
Jay Taylor. So
hold
Jay
on,
Taylor.
JT, you hear me?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
JT, hold on. I was making a point. JT, a lot of this has a lot of ifs and buts in there, right? So we don't know if Mikel Antonio would be, and you have to look at 2 weeks before the game. So he would have to be ready on the almost like the 7th, because if the match is on the 21st, the window would start on the like 2 days before, like I think like on the 19th or the 18th, and then you would have to almost like the 2nd of March, because 14 days before is when you have to get the release from your club. So if you're injured and still not back in the team, so it's not if he's going to be ready on the 21st, it's if he's going to be ready 2 weeks before the international window when the clearance would have to be given.
we basically don't have strikers, man. We don't.
So I am saying that in the absence for a straight number 9 swap, let's start for Shamar Nicholson, you would either be looking at Jamal Lowe or Bailey Kadamati or
Nobody.
Devante Cole. Hold on, Devante Cole. That's the line for that type of striker, right? On the other side, which is the Mikel Antonio replacement, there really only is Andre Gray. Then now when you're looking to replace a winger, when you're looking to replace now a winger who is Demarai Gray, you have to decide whether it's Cephas or Whisper. That's the questions for me. I don't see it any other way.
And I think both of those players can be there, because I think Demarai Phillips has to get dropped from this team. No. No.
Different position, man. That's the Mario Phillips is a midfielder. You mix up things now, man.
What I'm saying is Demarai Phillips does nothing. I don't know what position.
But you again, JT, please put down the goalpost, man.
No.
Pick up the goalpost and walk around with it around the field. You reach at the corner flag with the goalpost. We are talking about forward line now, and you are talking about central midfielders.
Listen, Devante, what's his name? Demarai Phillips is in the team as a utility player. He's not just an out-and-out player that owns a position in this team. So that's what I'm saying. If you find players that you can bring in who gives you a little bit of what Demarai Phillips was supposed to do while he's on the bench, and a player who could potentially go on the field and change the game, maybe, because Demarai Phillips is not playing anywhere. It doesn't matter what position he plays. He's just not playing in the game. so me say how much player you need up on the bench because they're a midfielder or something. He's not playing at all in the team, bro. So I would have to bring a Whisper and a Cephas and basically have the coach becomes creative if that's what he needs to do and play those players. If that's the case, I'm with that. Than having a player like Demarai Phillips who does nothing. He doesn't play on the team. I go ahead, Shavon.
You know, so wait on the 4 striker we are gonna call. I nominate
but me tell you, Guna, there's not a lot of strikers, but I'm saying just the you great. I would have to think young, as you guys say, Kadamatri. If that's the case, I would have to think younger. I just would rather go that route than just trying to bring him in to win a game.
So you call Devante Cole, you call Bailey Calamatari.
Yeah.
Who else? You call for the forward line. Because we need 2 more. We call Romero Williams. Where they want to play in a USL name again?
Yeah, maybe the coach. I will probably try because of just he
I'm
been
surprised
there.
the coach calling the big one they were playing playing MLS. You know. What name again? The big one there.
That MLS man in Italy he plays in Travante.
Travante.
Talking
Right. So the coach
He's talking about Corberg.
Corberg, me attack, man. Thank you very much.
All right, JT. All right, JT. Go now. Hold on. Go to hold on. All right, hold on.
What a friend we have in Jesus.
You just dig up a whole bunch of nightmare, bro.
All right. So I don't want the fans them kind of get it mixed up. So even though Shamar and Gray will not be available for the US game, they still have to be a part of the 23. So it's not like we can call this a replacement for them for that game. So they still have to be. So that's basically our bench will be short.
Yeah, because
no, sir. No, sir. You're not. You name a squad for each match.
What?
You name a squad for each match.
Match squad. Yeah, man. I think you name
a 23 man. You're totally incorrect. You name a 23-man squad for each match.
People, hit the like button on the video, people.
Just think about the World Cup qualifier. When we went when we went to Mexico with a whole squad, and then we did have a whole different squad with 8 Englishmen sitting at Jamaica waiting to play the second game.
Hit the like button on the video, Sherman Scott, and Young Cryptic, and Owen, and Dean Fraser, and Jerome.
Elsewhere, so FIFA would have probably made the necessary adjustments to the rule.
Just do the research.
No, I'm gonna ask you to do the research.
You gonna ask me to do the research? Not do the research. I tell you what I know. So you do the research.
Want to be researcher. Omari Hutchinson, as I said, Sherman Scott, Omari Hutchinson is gonna be in the Prem next season, but I think Omari Hutchinson,
he's not gonna be in the Premier League next season.
Huh?
He's not gonna be in Premier League next. He'll be back on loan again. You clearly don't know Chelsea.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying if they plan to keep him, if Ipswich plan to keep, he can play.
No, they can't keep him. Ipswich can't keep him. That's not how loans go. You hardly see players who are on loan. It's probably like 25% of them go have a permanent deal. He's gonna go back to Chelsea and they're gonna loan him back out again because what do you name it?
They can't loan him back to the same club.
They don't do that because you're trying to get the player to get different experiences and play in different systems. That's why they don't keep loaning you back to the same club.
But we don't know. Yeah.
No, I mean, we don't know. I'm just telling. Look here. Look at Michael Hector's history, and then I can tell you about Anthony Grant's history. For 10 years, they loan him to 10 different clubs because they want you to play in different systems. In different systems. One was a CDM and one was a centre back. It doesn't matter who it is. Look at Lewis Baker. The same thing. They just keep loaning you to different clubs, sometimes overseas, so that you get a whole. It's called development. That's how they conceive of development. So that when a man look at game tape and when I'm ready for sell you, and a man say, I don't want a player or we can play in a 4-4-2. Them dig up from 3 seasons ago in a 4-4-2. Or we want a player that play in a 4-3-3. Them go look back and look at last season so that they have enough game tape to show a prospective buyer when they're ready to cash in on the player. Yeah. That's how they do it. And the longer they wait to sell you, the more money they get. Because a more mature player is selling.
Yeah, that's all right. So as I was saying, people, well, that's what I can't just explain it to you guys. I think whatever happens next season, but I think Omar Hutchinson is probably waiting on the next move, whatever that next move looks like between Chelsea, loan deal. I don't know. I'm just saying that's just my prediction on that. That whenever there's a solution, then we potentially sees him playing for Jamaica. As of right now, it would be a surprise. It would be a welcoming surprise for a lot of people because that's another versatile player that I think can play inside the middle of the park and move the football. Kind of give you something that Ravel gives you, but a bit quicker, a bit more attacking, can also come in off the wings. I think he gives you a lot of versatility, and that's a player that will add value to Jamaica. Um, and as I said, that Demario Phillips spot, we have to free that up in the team, guys. I keep saying that. When you see me start nail down something, people, you know, say, we are Bill Panny. Demario Phillips, he's not playing well in the JPL right now. I don't care if you're bringing another goalkeeper. He's not supposed to be there. What we have to do is create a depth chart where at each level we have top tier talent, or the best tier talent we can get from our pool of players in every position. We can't just have people swimming along with the team, you know, hanging on. Sometimes them come up on deck and 2 seconds later we have to kick them off. We can't do that anymore. Demario Phillips, them have to play well in their league. I thought he would have got a move at least to the USL. Get somewhere. Start making noise. For the person who says Javon East scored 19 goals in 44 games. No, guys. Listen, where are we gonna put Javon East? I don't know. Where we're gonna
Taylor,
put
I'm
East.
going
Yeah.
to look a bit at stats. I'm going to look a bit at stats. I'm here looking at Erling Haaland. And I'm going from he was at Molde in Norway. His first season in playing in the big side was 2017. He had 14 matches. He scored 2 goals. He had 1 assist. His second year was 2018. He had 24 matches. He scored 11 goals. 24 matches. He scored 11 goals. That is almost 1 in 2. Okay. He then moved on. He then played in the under 20, which was his breakout. The Norway under 20. He had 3 matches. He scored 9 goals. He moved on to RB Salzburg, right? In 2019, 2020, he played 6 matches. He scored 8 goals. In the Champions League, in the Bundesliga, he had 14 matches. He played 60. He scored 16 goals. So he scored more goals than matches. Okay. In the Europa League, he had 1 match and he didn't score. Cool. So when he went to Dortmund, so they bought him. So Salzburg bought him on from what he was doing in the Mulder side, scoring 1 in 2 average. Dortmund bought him from Salzburg for what he was doing there. When he went to Dortmund, in 2019, he scored. He had 15 games. He scored 13 goals. That is obviously close to 1 in 1. He had 28 games. He scored 27 goals in 2020-21. And in 21-22, he had 24 matches. He scored 22 goals. And he had 7 assists. So I just said that to let you know that prolific he's been prolific ever since him there at Norway little side. And he moved up to the big side very, very quickly. So the point that I was trying to make is that is what I was referring to. And if you look at the history of some of the very few strikers, and enough of them the boat, that is why it's such a precious commodity. Most strikers nowadays are wing forwards, you know. But to the point, to bring it back right home now, we have a problem. Even if we call up Shaman Nicholson for the second game, which I wish we do, and we have him for the second game, and we have Demarai for the second game as well, that'd be great. But we're still missing strikers. We still have a shortage up front. If Shaman Nicholson is there as the striker, who do we have as an option? We still have problem. Calling Calamari. Yeah, but don't write off Javon East. Don't write off Romario. Don't write off Corey Burke. Don't write off Andre Gray either, because we have a deficiency in that era. And we have to just deal with it. I don't know how we're gonna match it out still, but we have to just match out that. But we have a problem there because without our 2 top strikers, we're only gonna be one gonna be available. So we still need players, and that is Jamaica's problem. We only look at the starting 11. We're not looking at if players get injured or stuff like that. So don't be surprised if Stewart get called up either. So we have a deficiency in the forward areas. So more everybody would suggest them for who would have called me. I like to see that in the comments too.
No, you don't.
Guna, you finish? I
Yeah,
think,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think JT stepped for a while.
Oh, so how would a man them sit on the screen?
And a JT that brother, I mean.
You don't say you man.
So
Yeah.
Um,
So me did don't talk, man. Me did as I say, we're looking at stats, and if we're talking about prolific, we know what the prolific are. I don't think Jamaica has ever had maybe a prolific striker that was born low. I think the only thing close to that are maybe Marlon King.
Marlon King.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
that's true.
outside of that, it's hard to find a prolific striker. I mean, otherwise they'd just be on everybody's. Chelsea's moving along without a prolific striker. Man, you can't find a prolific striker. Liverpool think they find a prolific striker in Darwin Nunes, but most people just make do. Them just go on with the flow. And the difference between you staying in a league and winning things is a prolific striker. Because if you look at Brentford, the only reason why Brentford is where they are is because Ivan Toney bagging more than 20 goals last season and has proven himself to be a Premier League caliber striker.
Yeah, but look not, Cataract man. Remember so when the man did on a league one in there. League one in be there, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, he be there on League One.
in League One, he scored 30.
Scored on a League One, father.
And then go up to the championship and do the same thing.
Yeah, dog, the man I mash up the league them from before. So it's not like, you understand, the man forward in and mash up the league that. So it's a them thing that we are talking about. So you say if Ivan Tone did forward and say Jamaica in one rep, then we don't understand. We can say no, we make all of the steps to make sure him have the right age. He's peaking right now. Same thing with the Bailey. So we have players coming in who are peak, we are reaching peak level of football now, peak physicality, everything.
Peak, yeah, that's a word. That's a good word. Peak.
Yeah, them a peak now.
Very good thing.
So Cole a peak now. So bring in the dog. Me not have a problem for bringing him. Me not talk about league in my father. Because as me said, if you're there Jamaica, just trust me upon this. If you're there Jamaica in the JPL and you play 30 matches and you score 15 goals, me I tell yourself 99.9% of the time, somebody over the world I gonna grab you up and want you on them side. Me I tell you that. Me not ask you. Because me see that with Paula. Them just grab them up and bring them at them league. Because 1 in 2 is like the benchmark right across the globe for strikers. That's it. You want to score 1 in a 2. And we have some alien
have 1 in 3. I only have 1 in 3.
But 1 in 3, exactly.
1 in 2,
1 in 3, you're be a double-digit striker, father.
Yeah, but let me tell you, they have strikers in England. You know, look at Jordan Ayew, the Ayew there at Crystal Palace. Him score all 1 goal for the year, you know, and him still have him contract, you know, renew every time, you know, because man just can't find striker.
Yeah, man just can't find
striker. So man,
Right.
some club hold on to anything where them have from. You have something where name striker where it can hold up the ball or them feel it can hold up the play. Something. So I think we are very spoiled in Jamaica in terms of dash that and dash this man and him this man at 32. Bro.
All right. So let's boil this down now, Shabba.
All right, hold on the Guna. So Cataract, I just got confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
Nation League game we can only call 23 players because it's one window itself. So we will have to play 2 men short on the bench for that. We can't call someone else. It's not 2 different squads. It has to be the same squad.
I accept your word for that now. I will get my own. Not that I'm doubting you, get my own confirmation because I've seen we have 2 different squads in 2 different windows.
During the COVID period when persons playing in England weren't allowed to play in certain countries. So FIFA and CONCACAF would have made the necessary stipulations just to ensure that their competition continues smoothly. They would have adjusted their rules, but everything's back to normality. So they're not going to do so. So we are going to be 2 men short on the bench for the US game. We can't call players to replace those 2 players for the US game itself.
So let me tell you what that would mean. That would mean, for example, if we went to a penalty shootout, we would deliberately give away the chance to go to the final.
Oh, there's always 11 players on the field. unless you get a red card.
No, meaning we're 2 players down, 2 attacking players who are the most likely to take penalties.
Yeah, but
You say,
that's not CONCACAF's business. It's not CONCACAF doesn't
I'm not
want.
talking about. I am speaking about the Jamaican selection policy. So, are you saying that we are going to select a squad that is short for the semi-finals, potentially putting at risk the opportunity to reach the finals by not having 3, possibly 3, definitely 2 will be short of, possibly 3 if Antonio is not fit for the first game?
But rules are rules still, so they're not really busy.
No, I'm just saying. No, what I'm saying is, would you as a coach then make such a selection?
Yeah, but then you're going to make addition another position on the field weak then. Because if you solidify that for the wingers and the attackers, that means that you're going to have to take 2 positions from the defenders and the midfielders. They can't say that's just
Well,
that's not
Well,
nobody.
Jay Taylor has already given us the Mario Phillips position.
Yeah, so that's it. No, so I'm not. I was just saying that I just wanted fans to really have that understanding. It's not like
No,
we're going.
but we'll have to probably stop a left back. We probably would have to not carry Gregley because Dexter Lembekisi can play both left and right.
Okay, then. Well, so I just wanted to clarify that because I never wanted the fans to believe that we can have the full complement of players for that particular game. We would still have to carry. We would still want Demarai Gray and Shamar Nichols are part of the squad, but they just would not be available for that game. So I just wanted to clarify that part. So when it comes on to the replacement, I'll leave that to the coach and his backroom staff. I want nothing to do with that part.
The youth where he play for Cavalier last year where he scored a bag of goal. I which league am I playing at, Shaban?
I think it's Slovenia or Slovakia. I think it's one of them, Slovenia or Slovakia.
He must score no goal about it.
The last time I checked, he was scoring 1 and 2 goals. But let me just check his name again. Remind me of his name again.
Colin Anderson.
Colin Anderson.
All right. So Colin Anderson is current. Yikes! He's 16 games with 3 goals, and it's Macedonian football league. Yeah,
Macedonia. Okay.
Yeah, it's 3 goals in 16 games.
And check Stewart as well.
Trevante have no goal. I have to search that.
Okay, how much game in play?
I don't think he play 5 games. Because I follow the team, the team that he's signed for. I follow the team on all my social media, and he hardly gets even selected for the match.
I even go one step further. I've Salernitana added in my Google, so whenever they are playing matches, I get notified.
No man,
same thing with Claremont Foot draw to the 1-1. So I have them in my Google. So once the match I play, I can jump over from my live action app and watch a match. Trabante Stewart not even make the match day squad in.
Yeah, man, I know that he's not making the match day squad. That's something that I wondered. I figured probably the club would have wanted to have possibly had loaned him out for this window, but I'm not sure as to why a loan move wasn't secure because he doesn't seem to be a part of Filippo Inzaghi's plan. I think the last game he actually played, he didn't even play him up top. He played on the wing against Juventus, and he looked horrible. Yeah, so
I watch a match. As I say, I watch a whole lot of match. Yeah, him look out of it. I think he's maybe a fitness problem, but maybe it can be interpreted as a positive as well. Maybe the coach decide to hold on to him because they think they want to build up fitness, and then they will unleash him at the end of the season. Maybe that's the plan. We can tell. Sometimes clubs not loaning out players is a good thing. You know, sometimes it can be interpreted as bad. Sometimes it can be interpreted as good because it just depends on what happens. If no team are interested in him, then he's not going to be loaned out. So that's a bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Teams are interested in him, but the coach decides, hey, I feel like there's something here. I think I can work on something here and get him in at least towards the end of this. Just work on this, and this, and we can get him in towards the end of the because they're going to be relegated, right? So we say we can get them in and play. We probably can, make a mark in a Serie B or whatever. We can sell him and get a piece of food after him, or whatever the case may be. So we don't know what the internal happenings, but the best we can hope for is that you start getting some playing time. You know what I mean? Just being in a side and training alone is not. Especially if you have one of the best strikers them ever in a European football. As a coach, you know, you'd want a little more than this, you know? So hopefully he can learn something and get better. But right now we have Jamaica side have a deficiency up front. We have a serious problem up front. We basically have 2 top strikers. And when one is down, we have a headache because we don't have impact coming off the bench. And the only person to have done that so far has been Romaro Williams, who has come off the bench and has looked impressive. The last time Stuart forward and Stuart looked like on a statue. He look totally out of the game, look like him don't know him. I didn't look like him know. So the ball is round, him think it's square, him doesn't look, him totally outside. So we are looking at other options now. Will the coach call him back? Cole, will he give Johnson Clark Harris a look in? Because he's a big physical striker similarly, and he can score a goal, he know the goal there. Or will they call in Andre Gray, who, as I said previously, I feel like he may have a bad game, a terrible game for Jamaica yet. We can say he look like a garbage baller. So what are the options that we have? Who are the 4 players that we would have called for the striking position that's available? That's the question. And we're playing, and remember our opponents is America. And America them are come for win the Nations League, so them are wheel out the whole of them big guns, and them are trying to do everything for them player to make sure some player playing time coming into the Nations League. So them are planning to slap Jamaica for 6.
So I agree with you, Guna. The plan is to slap us with, right? I think that Chicago, that 1-1 draw in Chicago will be fresh on their minds. And they're not about to give us an easy ride. I won't go back over what you said because you have laid it out correctly, and so it's now in the hands of the coach. What I'm saying, it is dangerous for us to just sideline people and just like dash them where, or this amount of age, this amount of I think you have to look sometimes at form when you're going to win a tournament. If you're talking about qualifying for the World Cup, which is a year-long process, you can then talk about the age of your squad. But to me, if you have a striker who is 33, who is scoring a goal every 3 games in Saudi Arabia, who have bought up many of the top players in the world, big name players in the world, so it's not like he's playing in Macedonia. The players who are bought there are big name players in the Saudi league, and he's still holding his own as he always has. He's just not a flashy, impressive striker, but he's efficient, is what I would say. And I wouldn't belabor this point anymore. I would go to the midfield.
10 years after Andre Gray, my father. May I tell you, Andre Gray, I want killer.
But yes.
Andre Gray is a killer, bro. Me watch him when the man I play for Watford. Bro,
Watford.
Who this man was.
We tried him.
One deadly striker, bro. And even when him slow, I just stream on a pace now, my father. But he's a natural replacement still, you know, based on what we have available. So if you're not gonna call him, who you gonna call? Corey Burke? Because we need a physical striker for play against America. Who you gonna call?
Well, Corey Burke is a physical striker. Corey Burke just presses well. Or not presses, but he presses. Andre Gray does the same thing. They haggle you and they press you and they're annoying and they run and they're napping at your foot. They don't give the defenders any time off.
Who we gonna call? Ghostbusters?
No, I think now you have laid it out as a matter for the coach. I told you already I would call Andre Gray to replace Mikel Antonio. But what Siobhan is saying is that we're just going to go in there 3-man short. So I think what he's trying to say is that this whole conversation, I just idle chat, did not call up nobody.
That wasn't what I was trying to say still, but that's what you got out of it, then fine. But
if you say that the coach is not going to call up any replacements and just go into the game short,
I never said that.
I am not saying that you. Oh, Jesus, I don't say that you are quoting the coach. I know you have to tiptoe because of your affiliation with Jeff. I'm not saying you're quoting the coach.
Affiliation with the Jamaican.
So that's why you tiptoe.
Because
So,
I
so
just said Cataract, hold on.
Mhm.
What I said is that we were speaking as if we were going to, like Oshamar and Greywood would not be there for the first game. We would have two persons who can replace them. So we would still have the full complement of the 23 available for the US game. I just wanted to correct to say that, hey, we will not have the full complement so that while we say that we would want to have somebody in for Shamar for Boza, we still have to put into fact that the person there still cannot put Boza out of the squad. Boza and Gray still has to be in the squad. So whatever selection that we make, they still have to be a part of the 23. So when we're going to say that they're going to put in somebody else, we cannot do that. I have no affiliation with the JFF Cataract. Please stop running with that notion.
No, but you talk like if we ever say something, boy, I'm not saying that the quote. So we just talk as analysts. We just talk as where are even analysts go now? We just talk as fans.
Hold on,
So
hold on.
Guna, on the
Guna, you
midfield
understand?
here.
Guna, you understand what I was saying, right?
Yeah. I follow you, man.
All right, that's all. That's as long as somebody understands me there, so that's fine with me. All right, you guys can continue.
Guna, the midfield.
In the 1-0 win.
Hold on, me see if me can put. Me see if me can take two pillars now, cause problem they saying my father, headache they saying. A headache they saying,
I
brother.
think-
We have a problem in our midfield in general, like a huge problem.
Oh, that's a problem.
No, we have a huge problem in our midfield, my father. No
This
man
is
can't, brother. Me don't know where we are going to do that because the only player I see right now who is on the farm is my boy. The name we play camp.
Casey Palmer.
Casey Palmer. Casey Palmer alone, me look like independent. Brother, we have a problem in the midfield, my general. We don't have no midfield.
Yeah.
So we don't have in the midfield. We don't have no. What do you might watch FA Cup with what name Steely son? What name Johnson? And Johnson looks slow and lethargic. He won't look good when the ball reach him full time I pass it. But him not track back good. Him not look on farm. Him look like him out in fitness level gone down.
But just because he's playing on the bench, he's playing off the bench.
Oh, okay. Well, the FA Cup match me that watch. I think he may start.
When he start, but it regular the season is a bench player.
Oh, okay.
All
So
right.
we have a problem in the middle.
We have a big problem. Big
Problem. We have one player who can look impactful in there now who is on farm. We're good on the wings. We have good wingers. We have good defenders. I think the defense is gonna be the saving grace and our goalkeeper. But boy, brother, I'm tell a big man thing we're on the midfield, brother. I'm afraid.
All right, Guna. So, the other day, we saw Brandon Cover got his senior team debut for Leicester. It was only 45 minutes. He started in the FA Cup game. However, he was quite impressive. Do you think this would be a good time enough to bring him in? Because seeing that we may have difficulties. We know Mr. Algrimson may have a liking towards Latibeaudiere, so could see still him back there. So, but do you think having or even Damian Lowe, again, still I gotta test it. I think Damian Lowe is our best defensive midfielder. But Brandon Cover, what do you think about him?
Personally, he's been in and around the squad. I haven't seen enough of him to really make an assessment, to be honest. So I've seen him. The coach has called him up. Apparently, he likes him. Called him in and around the squad. I think. I might shot the thick youth, the thick black youth. Are they the name Cover?
No, but that's Kira Anderson.
Oh, that's Anderson. All right, cool. So I mean, that's enough for Brandon Cover for make a comment on him. Kira Anderson is another one as well. I think I probably will, look at where he's at now and probably call him in a squad because he's been in and around the squad. He has the age, physicality. Him know what the coach wants. Him know the plan with the coach have. So calling those two players, personally, I would call him Cover because if he's he's playing, he's getting minutes, or he's been trusted in certain important games such as the FA Cup, which is a knockout. Call him up and throw him in his side and see what's popping. But we definitely have a deficiency in the middle of the park. And as I said, we're coming up against US, bro. And the strongest part of the US is actually their midfield.
All right. What about a Dante Casanova, K-Roy Anderson as well?
What?
Who name Casanova? I don't know who it is.
Have you ever seen Dante Casanova play?
Yeah,
Big
but
man thing. Have you ever seen Dante Casanova play?
never said for him to be selected. I'm just
No,
calling.
I'm asking you a question. Have you ever seen Dante
Bit far.
Casanova of
Bit far.
Tottenham Hotspur play?
Bit far. He's in the U21 for Spurs, isn't he?
So, for anyone who has ever seen Dante Casanova play, Dante Casanova is the smallest of CDMs, the teenage CDMs. He's even more fragile than Delano Splat. It's a little bit of thing, right?
Okay, so he's not ready. So he's not ready for the senior team.
Who has not played a minute of big man football, right?
So-
He's a developmental thing. I think he was cut from Tottenham Hotspur. He might do. They think they signed him back again or some nonsense like that.
All right,
He's
so
not in the
basically
mix.
what you're saying, then Ketarak, he's not ready for the senior team then.
No,
So just
we
say
have. Hold on. No, but I have to ask if a man just call a man name randomly.
no, I am going to call everybody who's available to play the position. That's how it works. I'm not
Oh,
going
you
to get
are?
Yes, that's
Oh,
how
you,
it works.
I didn't realize that you were. 'Cause it's
Well, it
obvious.
started with Kova and then Kira. And
Exactly. I called
then other players.
Kuguna. You've seen I've called a plethora of persons' names, right?
No, but you have. Hold on. Who are the players that played in this from the Gold Cup? We had the big tall youth there from Barnsley, John Russell.
John Russell forget call up back for Jamaica side.
We had Lambert.
Yeah, John Russell is a good shot, and I think he would be there.
But those names weren't called. We're calling names like Casanova before we're calling the established players. We have a problem. And a true assessment has to be done of each of those players to see. Not only the problem with the midfield is that we're playing with a double pivot, an 8 and a 6. And therefore you have to find the right combination. And that has been at the heart of the problem.
Oh, and Latibeaudiere will be in the midfield. So it's gonna be Latibeaudiere plus 2. Latibeaudiere will be there. The coach likes him. The coach, don't be surprised if and let me just address this, Shaban. I don't think Low is the answer to play. I don't think Low is the answer to play 90 minutes at CDM. I think if he does that, we have done the game with 10 players.
So I could even go further than you. You are a musician, a very accomplished stage performer. That is like if your partner in crime, you go on a big tour and him all of a sudden lose his voice, and then you just call up the drummer to come just sing 2 lines with you, and him sing it all right, you know. You're not all of a sudden going to he better get back and go play the drums, because he can't go do a world tour with the drummer sing. People are gonna boo you. What a man can do one off, you know, and especially when it's not expected and people are not planning for it, is different than when people have sat down, watched the game tape of the Canada game and said, "Oh, I saw you love play. Oh, I saw you love these are your weaknesses. All right." My boy there in the middle, where they there Chelsea. What's his name again? Pulisic. Yeah, Pulisic. Go and look on the game tape and just angle the dog there in the Midlife Park. I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
So before Channel flat cooking.
I want to listen to the man enough look now we're in Jamaica side. What's his name again? I think he's playing at Turkey. Aiden.
No, Isaac Hayden, unfortunately, and his body is not up to international football. And I don't believe that. He's just started back. He's gone to Queen's Park Rangers, now transferred. And I don't think that it's wise. I wouldn't want another Kevin Stewart situation on our hands, where a man come here and play an international window and I hit that film career. I don't want that. I don't want that on my hands. I want to win, but I don't want to win at any cost. So I kind of just ease and press off of the Isaac Hayden thing there.
I mean, I'm a total opposition to that, brother. Because, yeah, that man that try style with side. So.
Yeah, all right. So I think the player
But we're
has.
passing names in the past. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not.
Yeah.
No, and the real issue is that every time he is to come and consider something comes up, he gets injured. And when he gets injured, he's all depressed and stuff. And this last time when we had the best chance, the club in Belgium, them not pay the dog. I sue the dog, I have to sue for your money. So when a man hear about don't pay now, in charge of our federation, and then that's stay good. But he wasn't getting paid, so he was in legal battles with his club. That's another player we're mentally ready for come and kick the international football. So let me just leave it as one of those as a what if, what if he had ever come.
All right. So for the midfield, Guna, we said that the players that the coach had called last time. We know that we had Latibeaudiere, we had K-Roy, we had John Russell. I still expect those three players to be there.
Daniel Johnson is going to be there.
Yeah, I still believe those players will be there.
But now miss out the youth there.
But Casey Power didn't come the last time because Casey was injured.
Yeah. No, when I said midfield, I was talking about the defensive aspect of it.
Yeah, but look on the defensive midfield side. We still want me to my youth, the man. We only just called him name a while ago, man. The dog was playing at USL, man.
Oh, Kevin Lambert?
Kevin Lambert.
No, man, he's MLS. No, he's MLS. He's not USL anymore. He's at
which part in there now?
He's at Real Salt Lake.
Oh, nice. See that?
Yeah,
so he might get called.
He's in preseason now with them, and I think he's playing regularly as well. So I'm not so as I said that we just have to be realistic with
Lambert is gonna be there because Lambert when Lambert going nice defensive midfield, him do a good job. Him just don't know how to him defend good, but him just don't know how to turn over the ball good. So him defend good, but him passing is off. So him win the ball, but him not start the attack effectively.
All right, so
yeah.
All right, for me, right, because as I said, for me, I know a lot of persons have been criticizing Joel over the last few windows, but for me, seeing where he went back to the championship and he has been playing well, he played well at defensive mid, he's played well at centre back as well. I know a lot of we saw the work that Damian Lowe can provide. He did an amazing job, and I agree. When he was playing there, he probably would, on the motor aspect, he wasn't able to fully keep up with how he started out the second half. But if I am a coach, if I know I wanted a player to play a particular position, but it isn't his main position, I would say to him, here on your off time, if you can work on this, try to work on your stamina. For me, as I said, I have always said I think Damian Lowe would be a good defensive midfielder because he has the speed, he has the he has the physicality. He can pass the ball. He doesn't have just the long passes as what we see. He's energetic and he has the heart. So for me, just my suggestion will switch the role that Lati and Lowe has.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Here's my objection to having Lowe in the midfield. I don't think he have. You mentioned you mentioned some stuff I agree with. I think tackle wise he's good. I think he has improved since he has gone to the MLS. In recent times, I think he has gone back to the MLS. I think he has become a better player. I think he's more calm. I think he pass the ball more short and more confident in his abilities on the ball. And I'm good with that. Listening to the player and hear what he said, he basically said, bro, I'm coming to do a job. I'm just do a job. But for 90 minutes playing him in that position, I'm not too certain because of his temperament. Because even in that game that we won against Canada, they were questioning because in them tackling as well, So yeah. I think we're going to tackle too aggressively. I think the better players them who play central defensive midfielders are not the best tacklers. I think the better players that play in that position are the players who read the game the best. So you will find like a Busquets. He's not the greatest tackler, but he know where the ball go drop. He know where you go do. So he can take out the ball from you. He can intercept. He can take out the ball from you, and he know how to turn over the ball. So if you're looking at, let's say, Roger now, who people would consider the best in the world right now, in that position, is that when him do great as well? Him know for read the game, him know where the ball I go drop before it even reach a player. Him dead it. Him know if he control the tempo of the game or if slow it down, for speed it up and him look or something there. So I am not certain that Lowe is there yet because I think he hasn't played in that position even often enough. Even as Lambert, who slow, but you see him slowness, it kind of aid him. Remember, one of our best defensive midfielders where we can think about is Peter Cargill, you know, who slow like snail, you know. But he had the ability to know where the ball is going to drop. So him not have time for run down the man and tackle them. Him just know where the ball is going to drop and just know the pass where you're going to make and intercept it and cut it off before it make. So those are the attributes I think would be essential. Even when Anthony Grant came into the team, him not slow. Him a 572-year-old. Him slow like molasses. But he did a great job because he know where the ball is going to drop. You understand me? I say and how them shape. If you notice how the defensive midfielder them shape them body when the player come through, it's different, bro. It's just a different ability that I'm hoping that Lowe can learn. But because he hasn't played in that position enough, I wouldn't trust him against the USA. I feel like he might get a red card.
All right, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So I want to chime in on this. Gona, Siobhan put a menu list of attributes for Damian Lowe. And I just want to say, none of those belong to a CDM. CDM requires discipline, concentration, reading the game. The measurements are interceptions, blocking, tackling, not tackling, sorry, passing, short passing to restart the game, and the ability to keep a hold of the ball. That's why they're sometimes otherwise called holding midfielders. They don't have any of that. The last point is probably the one that is most instructive. The way he shapes his body to receive the ball. If you look at Grant, if you look at John Russell, when they get the ball, the first thing they do is almost 75% of their body is over the ball, the body weight. That means if you even touch them drop a ground and win a foul. Because they're not trying to advance the ball and start race up the field with the ball. They are looking to protect the ball, hold the ball, and release the valve. I don't think Damian Lowe has that. I think he just had a game where Canada wasn't prepared for him and caught them napping.
All right, good point.
So,
All right, Qatar, not to cut you. I'm Dan. I'm not sure if you're trying to join, but I'm unable to add you. It says that your device isn't connected, meaning that your audio device isn't connected. So I'm not sure if you're hearing me or not either, but I'm unable to add you unless that is corrected. All right, can go ahead, Qatar.
right. So I think we have a serious issue in the sea. Even K-Roy, he receives the ball kind of the same way. Low center of gravity is generally what CDMs use. There are a couple of big tall CDMs. I think Matic, sorry, was one of them. A couple of taller CDM, Yaya Toure being the other, but they drive and go box to box more than playing that holding role. So I still agree with Guna. We have a problem, brother, and I don't know how we're gonna solve it.
All right, Guna. So this is going to be the controversial part of this now, right? Seeing that we seem to be lacking in that department. All right, Guna, you are more knowledgeable about the JPL more than me pertaining to most players. Do you see anyone in the JPL that you think could potentially spark the eye of Coach Algrimson? Because remember, he has been having camps. They will be having another practice game this coming week on the holiday. I think the U20 will be starting as well. So what if a situation occurs where one of our U20 players impresses to the level where he outshines? Do you think any possibility of anyone that you see locally that you think that would come in and say, hey, could do a good job for us from the JPL?
In the midfield or anywhere?
Midfield. Well, anywhere, but right now for mainly midfield though.
Weird enough, you know. The only player I have seen in the JPL who looks a little bit, because look, when you're talking about the JPL, we're talking about a semi-professional league. Good. So we're not talking about professional players. They don't train professionally, them drink, them smoke, them do whatever them do, then them go train a man in time. So it's not a professional environment in which you're forbidden from doing certain things. Your diet is controlled, your habits are controlled, your nights are controlled. That's a professional environment. We don't have that here. So a lot of people need to factor in those things. Man, party
All
sleep
right.
in the morning and then get up the next day and go training by 3 o'clock.
All right, to be fair, Guna, a lot of the younger players, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the younger players them know, I've seen where that kind of, because of the whole social media where they see how the professional players actually do how they actually go about their business. I think a lot of the young players now they have that mental aptitude. So I'm going to give the young players them that
Well,
credit.
I won't question that. I may have
Really?
two young national. I'm in my circle. See?
Yeah.
Where we have two young national in my circle. The two of them smoke, the two of them drink, and the two of them are national. Me used to play ball with 1, 2, 3, 4 national players who play in the Premier League. 4. Drink, smoke, party, just live them life normal. So based on my anecdotal evidence, I don't know what that, as I said, the two national them me know.
Yeah.
Them in them early 20s, and them drink and smoke same way.
No, when I say the young players,
Hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on.
You may be
So
talking
you-
about like 17, 18. But
the 16, 7, yeah, the 16,
Yeah,
17.
okay, so we're not talking about
those are
them.
what I'm
We're talking about players who qualify right now for play. So we're talking about players
Oh.
like JPL right now. So in the JPL right now, we have players who are operating at a semi-professional level. So the professional level differs. So because of the mere fact that they're operating at that level, the moment you take those players and you put them in a professional environment where they can't smoke, they can't drink, their diet is controlled, them stuff is controlled, then some of them get shell shock. You know what I mean? So we have to factor in that, number 1. 2, whenever a player is playing in the JPL, they have to excel. They have to be the best player in the whole entire league. Or when they see them players say, oh no man, that player is bigger than the league. That is the players that you call for the national program. In my opinion, you have to be excellent above everybody else, operating at a level above everybody else in the JPL, in my book, to be considered. So you have to be one of the, if you're calling a right back, it must be the best right back in the country. With the age, of course.
Understood.
If you're calling a midfielder, it must be the best. Now, when I look in Jamaica's midfield, I see players who them slow, but they might have technical ability, they might have some skill, but them not have the fitness, but them have the ability and the skill. Because we don't have a problem with producing skillful players. We just have a problem with bringing them through to their full potential. Locally, it's weird, but the only player I've seen from last season to this season who look like them just a little bit above where the league is at is Phillips.
Demarai?
Yep.
Lord of His mercy. So let before anybody, a good thing JTL is not hosting. Guna, but I'm going to take it from a different angle. I agree with you. And I would love the evidence from Siobhan, which cloud cuckoo land him living in that, brother. Because me I go add on to the smoking and the drinking for some man, not every man. Some man live a back road. Some man live under the bleaching cream. Beer set of things where professionals shouldn't do, but there's no problem with them doing it because this is not your be all and end all. Right? This most time man them hustle out a thing because most, and I'm not talking about the privileged few who may be able to earn at a level that they can live substantially. Right? So they're just there for our entertainment, really. Let's look at who is there. Hold on now. Joshua Anglin would be the CDM that comes to my mind. Can Joshua Anglin travel back to the United States?
Good point.
We don't know. We haven't tested that. But he would be the CDM, and he has been called up to several camps before. Right? For me, the games I look at in the league, and I have to look at more than one season because I don't want a flash in the pad, and it's just a mirage. It's not an illusion. So over the last couple of years into this year, I mean, CDM is not a position that we develop in Jamaica because no one likes to do the dirty work. Everybody wants to be the flair player.
All right.
Fabian
So,
McCarthy. Fabian
all right.
McCarthy. So may I please?
No, I was just saying that Anglin doesn't have a visa. I was just reliably informed that Anglin doesn't have a visa. So you may be right about that part. With him not being able to go to the US.
I'd love to just be able to just finish by landing. Right. So Fabian McCarthy is probably for me a name that you would mention. And I'm going up the line in terms of who impressed. I've always been a fan of Andrew Vanzi. Always been. I think he's a talented defensive midfielder, CDM, central midfielder. I like his what he brings with the dead ball. And probably Guthrie, who was at Art Gardens. But do I see those as an international level? I don't know. And I think since everybody loves age, I think all of those three players are on the wrong side of age 30, right? And you can correct, I can stand corrected.
Van's a killer, but as his age against him. But Vans is a good player. Him just not at the levels for the national team in terms of nothing. So
I think he would have had to come in 2021, but I don't think he was at the level of Anthony Grant. So he just one that that could have been. Remind me a lot of Patrick Graham, Ninja, who used to play for Reno.
Yeah. Remember that player there on Latibeaudiere. He used to have a player named Patrick Graham, man. Michael Graham.
No man, Patrick Graham, man. Michael Graham and Jim Dandy. Both of them played for Reno. Michael Graham was a striker. Patrick Graham, you're older than a little boy, man. You have it sang them time there. Ninja. Him came through the ramp.
I know Ninja.
All right. So
Yo.
All right, Dan. Yeah. Thanks for joining.
Man, bless up.
Yeah, we're hearing it clearly. All right, so you can go ahead and have your point now.
Yeah, I say the best man for really take over the position where Lodi kind of fill a West Harding. Coach you get in West Harding because him can fill in that space there. And him have instead of him I'll use Latibeaudiere, West Harding more high energetic than him. Him can pass the ball well and him can square ball good and him quick enough and him can tackle well, like low tackle. So in that position there, that CDM maybe role, double pivot role there. So I would have called West Harding and put him right.
I have to call the madness. No, that's the quote.
The dog have a mad season in the dog and then look on him and
West Harding is a
mad season last year in bro G.
And he's having a good season this year. He's a starter at me.
The thing is, West Harding is a centre back, but though Low is a centre back.
No, but
Latibeaudiere is a centre back.
It's a good shout because West Harding is a centre back bro, but him can pass the ball good.
Yeah, Low
Latibeaudiere West Harding is quick.
But
him quicker than Low.
And him quicker than Latibeaudiere. Him like when him win him tackles them, like if you watch him or watch him games them. Like him brain a clicking at the match. Like him awareness is there in the game.
Sorry. Hold on. I have a challenge than that. First of all, I'll give a man a benefit of the doubt. But man at Jamaica, a EPL on the watch. Uno fixated on Arsenal and Manchester City and Liverpool. We don't have no time to watch Rotherham and watch Millwall. We don't have no time to watch them game there.
That's
someone come. Hold on, man. May I take my couple minutes? Me have to suffer through it because I support Leeds and Leeds then I championship. So me have to sit and watch them game there and watch them play there. West Harding is awkward, gangly. That's the word they use. But he's very strong. Yes, he can cross the ball, but Crossing is not what you need from a central midfielder. You in the center of the park, where you're going to cross the ball to. The attributes that I am deadly against this thing of taking up people's big man boy picnic and carrying them to come play one different position when them come play for Jamaica, and then Jamaican people start get pan in case and laugh them to scorn. West Hardy is either centre back,
You have a point. But
or
that goes against
when he was
the
at
argument for
Rotherham,
Low as well.
he was playing at right back, right? He plays in a 3-man central
He
defense.
playing a 3-man backline, father.
Backline. That's
right
what they
centre back.
right of the 3-man backline. And this is the dog play.
And Cataract, also, I think you'd have to ask Dandan as well. If you're going to be bringing in West Hardin, who are you going to replace him with?
No, he's looking for somebody to fill the CDM role.
I know. I was just saying pertaining. So like, if we're going to bring in a West Hardin there for the CDM role, who would have to replace him with someone? So who would Dandan think should not be selected?
You have man like Phillips in the team. I don't see him like in the team.
I think.
Where,
All right,
where
so
he can do in the team.
I think a lot of persons would have said that they would have rather used the position for Phillips to possibly get a next attacking player at that time. So
And
Okay, we can ask you a question.
and you have Tava and Gray. Like, I watch him the games them when play for Jamaica. Like, him not really look up to par to the international scene.
All right, hold on there. Dan, Shaban and Cataract. May I ask you a question? Why do you think the coach keep calling Phillips?
because he's a utility player.
Because he's a court assistant.
Okay. Dan, what do you think?
The thing is, maybe just to look at exposure, he might carry a player in the EPL.
The JPL.
We keep on calling this player. Now, my opinion is this. I think because this player, okay, we do not have a player even on coming in from playing in any league who have the attributes where Phillips have. Phillips is what you call a terrier. So him don't allow people to relax on the ball. Him is like him a 9. Him is like Makalele. Him is like Kante. Him is like, you know, the man that we nip at your heels all the time and don't allow it a second. So I think we only player we have anything close to that was Fitzroy Simpson. We do not produce those kind of midfielders anymore, apparently. So I think that is the fascination that the coach have for him because he has a lot of energy and he keeps running all the time. His deficiency is that when he comes up against the players them, when know where you go pass the ball, know how long you go try to take to pass the ball, and I go press it before you pass it. Meaning that when he comes up against professionals who have a reaction time shorter than he does, then he gets exposed. But in terms of when he don't have the ball and he might run at people and run wide, he have a engine, he have a 3-liter engine in his chest.
So let me
Keep running.
Did you watch your first leg of Canada game? You know who them
Watch
run
every
back?
game, bro.
Like when them score the second goal?
Watch every game. What's the question?
Yeah, Phillips at the man with them like them show him off, like run past him.
So now that me just said.
But that's the man just say.
That's what he just said. Then.
Right. So, but here's the question I want to pose to you, Gouda. So, if you want to, if what you were looking for is headless chicken, right? Just a run around the place. Why not call Hustler from Arnett Gardens? That's not professional footballers. That's a show football for us in the league. Real man who play football, you can't run wrong so bad, man. As you said, man, I go read you out and map you out and say, oh, here he come.
I watch all of the game then. You see the game where the dog play, it's every time he control the ball. And if he look, you see by the time him look, a bulldog a bite out piece and heel string. Him reaction time is way slow because he don't play in a professional league. So him don't have that time that he thinks he has. When you're playing professionally, as you control the ball, so a bulldog and you're out your heel string. So him don't have that. Him definitely have that. But what he does have when he don't have the ball is that with some, because Cataract, you can admit we need different kind of midfielders. We do not have a headless chicken midfielder in our side. We do not have a midfielder where we run at people and make it uncomfortable. We don't have it. And I want to tell you the irony about it now. Here is where it gets wicked now. The other day when Low came on and switched positions with Lati and went into the midfield, Low did exactly that. Low is just a way better player and have a way better brain in his head. But he did the exact same thing. He nipped at the Canadian man them. Can remember so the man them get comfortable and hyping and a juggle ball and a flick up ball and a ball and feel like them a Brazilian. And get overconfident and low forward and start nip at them heels and start bite out them heel string, and that is how we won the game. So we are saying that if we have a player like that, he's not technically gifted as Low. He's nowhere comparing to Low as a footballer, right? But I'm saying to you, we don't have those players anymore. We don't produce those. So that I think that's my opinion. I think that is why
Angola
and calling him.
So if you're looking for that, then you're looking at Brandon Cover.
And that is the thing where West Harding could have filled a spot there.
No.
Cataracta say
Dan, no, brother. You see West Harding and run and press people. Dog, West Harding is like Frank Sinclair. Remember Frank Sinclair going up?
Yeah. Remember
them pit tightly. Nobody know want to come near them. They just outdoor.
No, I think saying better. You know, something was technically a better player though. I feel say West Harding is technically speaking a better player. He's technically better than
different era. A different era.
Yeah,
he's technically better than Latibeaudiere, bro. That's what the point of me I say.
West Harding technique-wise doing better than Latibeaudiere.
Whoa.
No, he's not. Technique-wise, Latibeaudiere way ahead of him. In terms of technique, in terms of knowing which part of them foot to kick the ball and how to make the pass, man. No. Latibeaudiere donkey is ahead of him.
All right, Cataract. I was just sent a player's name just now. If you can, I don't know if you can provide more insights on him. Dujan Sterling. He's at Rangers now.
He's a right back.
Yeah, he has been playing
CDM. 3 games at CDM. He's a right back. That's my response to him. Dujan Sterling, formerly of Chelsea, went on the merry-go-round, loan, decided I'm not doing that anymore. Took a permanent deal, pay cut and stuff, and went to Rangers. He's a right back. Now, can right backs become CDMs? It's kind of a natural progression. Anthony Grant was a right back, started off and then got converted. And a number of players get converted. I think what's his name was a right back as well, Calvin Phillips, in his more junior days, and they convert you. Because one of the things that a CDM is supposed to do is that if you're a right back moves up the field in order to keep the shape, because that's the thing, you're not supposed to be running down people trying to nip at their heel when you're a CDM, because you are supposed to maintain the shape of the team. It's the box midfielder that's supposed to do that. I'm not a fan of Dujan Sterling, so I don't want to preempt the young man. But he would have to look. You'd have to look at him as a right back option. But I don't see it. He doesn't have a passport. We have serious issues right about now. Serious issues right about now. Before you do that, you either look at a Mason Holgate.
Well, all right.
If I was going to recruit somebody for the June window, right? It would be a Mason Holgate or Ben Godfrey. One of those, that kind of level of player. Not Dujan Sterling. Dujan Sterling is the okay player, but he's a right back.
All right, Cataract. In my term still, it's not really the CDM me literally. Me really look for a midfielder who can work in the mid in the middle of the pitch and can win the ball. Because when you see Lodi come on, like I'll have to get rid of the 2 striker them up front. We need people who work in the midfield. So it's not really a man who can stand up and really pass around the ball. We want a man who can press and win the tackles them in the mid pitch. So it's not really the stadium where can control the game and pass it around.
So then your issue is really with Latibeaudiere then. It's not necessarily wanting to get hard in. Your issue is with Latibeaudiere playing in the midfield.
Pardon me?
No, I was saying your issue isn't necessarily who is playing. It's just that your issue is just with you just don't want to see Latibeaudiere playing there.
No, we need to see how we need a midfield that is working. You see what the team lack. Can I tell you the truth, bro? In the qualifiers coming through, brother, was creep through with the 80. If you watch back the match, them was creep through with the 80 match, them brother. The Honduras match, one love. Them get chance, bro. So me not really put the whole of the faith in the team, brother. And Lati was one of the main the weak link to the team, brother. In that part, brother, the lack work rate, bro.
Okay, so the attacking deficiency was caused by Latibeaudiere as well.
The attack. Explain that. Say that again.
Or attacking deficiency in those games, it was caused by Latibeaudiere as well.
Yes, because the all right, the team. I know Algrimson set the team with the 4-man go forward. When they leave, is like the other person who is like playing the cameo or the 10, like Bobby, I think, was doing that, but he wasn't coming back often, like in that midfield role, like stuck there, gain of the midfield for block the passing lane from there. So you get me?
I get you, but for me, honestly, it just seems as if you just have a problem with Lati. There's
Yes,
nothing you don't have no other issue. It's just Lati. Once Lati is on the team, you just go find an issue with the team.
Yeah, because there was an issue with Lati. He cannot play there, bro. He can't manage a high pace game.
Understood.
He cannot manage it.
All right. So for me, I don't see Lati as the only deficiency on the team. I'm not going to get up and say that he had the best game, but I'm not going to say that he had the worst game out of anybody. He has had good games and he has had bad games, which almost every player has had that. So I'm not going to put all of our deficiency on one player.
That is something I see. That's a narrative that I've seen going around. People keep on making it look like Lati is the worst player to represent Jamaica and he has had the worst game ever. Bro, Mr. Man, Mr. Whisper go on the field and disappear for 45
Whisper had a worse game than Lati.
Tell me nothing about that. Mr. Trevante Stewart go on the field and disappear for 45 minutes. Look like him don't know how to play football. Big ball away there, JP, like control ball and a flick over man in the ball or something. So that's
look
why, like him don't know
that's why.
I mean, ear no man a live on that like.
So that's why me get up now and say, yo,
no, bro, dog. The youth is not the worst player ever represent. And the man did have good games to Shavan, innit?
Yeah, that's why I wonder if it's just a personal attack.
Yeah, so if we were to look at 10 games that the ball are played, out of the 10 games, because that's what I use. I use a lot of statistics. If you use 10 game out, let's say him do 10 games. How much of those games are bad?
So,
and then we can assess if the players are bad players or good player. And that is
I think it's an unfair attack. I believe if we saw Joel Latibeaudiere at centre back or at right back, Jamaican people have a whole different view of him. He's learning the
position. Go after the hypothetical, you know. Me I look at it, the baller in himself in the midfield hasn't had 10 bad games for Jamaica. And I've seen a different rules apply to other players who have come in this side and not done nothing at all.
But I agree with you. I'm also saying that he has not had a consistent midfield partner. He partnered with John Russell. He partnered with Kevin Lambert. I can't remember him partner with Daniel Johnson. That's not the way for somebody to come into a new position and then every time your environment is changing, right? That's not the way. But I just want to. I beg you a few. The 2024, I have a short thing for man with us a chat rubbish and madness. So a man come and I say, Carly Sinclair and our next brother Z. So me don't know what me I talk about. That's what I'm telling you, say, you know. I'm gonna try watch the people them and don't come challenge big man. So Dujan Sterling, a man say I don't know what me I chat about. Over Dujan Sterling career.
Tyreek, you here?
Tyreek.
I'm gone. So alright, so why Tyreek comes back? Yeah, why Tyreek reaches back? So I say yeah, Dan. As I'm say, I just think it's a personal attack. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
Hold on, Dan. I speak. Just me feel it. Shabani had that thing that when man attack, you just cut me and just start going on something like you try to cut up a point.
You might chip out a while ago.
Yeah, man, you chip out whenever then.
Chip out?
Yeah, whenever I hear you, I feel
Oh,
like
the chip
you.
out that. All right, apologies. I'm saying, Stoneman challenge me. Callis.
Or the man
You
them take word cataract again.
You cheap out again,
Cataract,
Cataract.
load a pinter, cataract. That pint, the man, Z and the other one, they say, them take away dog, them load a pinter, cataract.
Yeah, so as I was saying, no, Danan, it seems as if you just may have a personal issue with the player.
Am I not allowed to address when a man address me and question my credibility? You just got to talk and make it go through. A man play 144 games as a right back and 3 games as a CDM. And a man come with some clown business to tell me, say, me no know a player. First of all, one of the games the man plays CDM is 13 minutes him come on for. Right? So when you now come here and I question those of us who on the panel, remember, say, well, watch this thing, brother. And some of us study this thing. So a man just watch a one game where a man playing a cup game and I come say, yo, man, to walk on Jamaica side. Where the CDM and da. It don't work like that. We are talking real thing here, not no fantasy makeup thing. Dujan Sterling is not a CDM. In no way, shape, or form. He might have played so for 2 games for Rangers in the whole season. Because at 12 games in play and the man them got almost about 30-something games in them season. And a 4 game him starts. He's not even a starter. So how does that translate into a man entering the Jamaican side? And that is why sometimes people get upset with English-born player, whatever, those people prepare. Because they come and just take up any name and just start run with it. It's not like what Guna do, where Guna say, boy, I look over 3-4 seasons to see what a man track record is, whether this is the real deal or a flash in the pan. Some man them go easy. And yes, I am going to constantly refer when I refer to CDM in terms of the standard and how you are developed. So Anthony Grant the right back I'm yard. Him still there on him $5 grand where there I think and the on loan a Welling. And still I go play football at 37, 38 when enough man retire. So put some respect on the dog name. All one I want to say, because the dog are playing 90 minutes since January, 90 minutes, and I kept him inside, moved them out of the relegation. But some people only want to speak about Jamaicans and certain man, them want to believe like say them now do nothing. You get to me, I say, go now. The dog still a play 90 minutes of football each time. And each week in, week out. Go look at it. And they on him loan, I saw the thing go. Will he play for Jamaica again and just want to say the Shaman? No, I don't believe so. I don't believe he will play in a World Cup or anything like that. He's at the end of his career. But that is a distinguished career over 700 matches. And still a Jamaican international that never lost a game. And we were never in a losing position with him on the field. So put some respect for the name. Run the joke.
I have never said anything negative about Anthony Grant because I don't know if you remember.
Not you, Shaman. It's a mention in the chat. Not you at all.
Yeah, so Anthony Grant has done is for Jamaica. It's just unfortunate that he came in at the time that he did at the end of his career. See, he has done a great job for Jamaica, so I don't think anyone should really disrespect Anthony Grant, if anyone was. But as I was saying now, Dan, I said, I remember the reason why I'm kind of like this pertaining to the topic, Dan, because I remember persons doing the same thing to Michael Hector. Because I don't want anyone to go around like disrespecting having a personal agenda against a particular player. Because I was at the National Stadium and when the starting lineup came up, I heard some comments. Yo, a God why Damian loan upon the sick and start and all them thing there, but yet still a couple days later everybody praised Damian Lowe for the work we him do. So while we want the best for our teams, we have to understand that our players are not robots. So you can't be going around disrespecting player, going on the players' comment section and diss him, and then you want the player to come good. So while I get what you were trying to say, but it just seemed as though you had a personal attack on Latibeaudiere. And when you had a good game, I never heard anyone come out and say, yo, Latibeaudiere had a good game. Kuna made a very good point as well.
I'm going to stop here right there. So don't tell like this morning, I follow Lati, but if I never rate the ball, I'd do it neither. I follow all the Jamaican football them. If you dislike somebody, or you're not a fan of them, you would follow them. I try to follow all of the ball them on Instagram. And more like if them post, my comment under them thing, Damian Low, him keep a treat the other day, like my post and my comment good about him. Latibeaudiere, I do some fire emoji and Jamaican flag and them thing. But
Good.
I have a personal thing about but just not want to see him in the midfield. It does look him do not want the ball and foot. Latibeaudiere, like when the team start to play them, it don't make no sense him a playing in the midfield. It
Yeah,
look
again,
awkward when the whole team a play, brother. It's like it just disorganized and we are say, oh, we have other midfielder where the coach can use. So them thing that the fans them the football fans them cuss about, bro. Like we will
no,
know the ball and we are say, yo, we have midfielder we can control the ball and thing like that needed in the game, like certain game where him have Daniel Johnson on the field, brother, for like say, yo, use him. Make him get the ball quick and pass it around.
all right,
Um
but Dandan, would you think that maybe because Daniel Johnson is not known as a tackler of the ball? So
yeah, but
do you think that's the reason why the coach probably put him there to say, hey, all right, I don't have the best complement of defensive midfielders right now, and I need somebody who can defend, somebody who has the technical ability to pass the ball, etc. So maybe that's the reason why he went for a Latibeaudiere. But in that same time, a lot of the players, the players, they hear everything, they hear and they see everything. So
all
when
right.
they see that their fans going out, disrespecting them, don't you think that can have an impact on their play as well? Because as I
All right.
said,
The
before
only
the
you
game
see
started,
the
you
only
had
time when we really cuss, I see like after the match and play, cause sometime the emotions of the fans them just come out and we just angry. I say why the coach we so they on a live and we say, oh, we expect the coach to do this. The person enough for the back. So we say, oh, Latibeaudiere is slow in the midfield. Like even when him for tackle and make the tackle him, he's not quick enough for go clear up the thing. Like he's not quick enough, bro, for do that job. Since you put him there for just win back the tackles and win those duels, Latibeaudiere is not quick enough for that. When him on the midfield, bro, like him a jog on the field. If you watch the last set of match him, like him not walk around on the field. I'm gonna like that, bro. At least move around with some energy, even if you not get the ball in your foot or what. Move around, show something on the field. He wasn't doing that. And I
yeah,
reckon
but
the coach put him in the right position or do like a back tree where Latibeaudiere like him a facing the other people him goal. Not with him back turn. Look last where when fear start by the attack them, it does look disorganized there. And we have other midfielders where the youth name Kayan and this, so you have Russell where the last set of games, bro, the coach could have used him.
yeah,
We ask why we not use him?
that's a
Because
valid
when
point. But
if you check
but
check Latibeaudiere movements and the field, bro, like he don't really do anything the last set of match him. I'm telling you
that,
the truth.
all
But
right, that's a good
I want to
point.
ask a question. I want to ask
Yeah,
a question to Dan that.
Yes.
All right. Being a man, we go watch training. You have to remember so that the coach is seeing these players in the couple of training sessions we have. And so that factors into how he makes his decisions. You also have some players who get called up for whom arrangements are made with their club because of maybe their physical, they might be a niggling injury. They don't want to expose it so that the world know. But they also, I know there have been players that have called up that the arrangement is, boy, if we really need to put them on the field, we'll put them on the field. And I think someone would know that, but we're not going to call the name.
yeah, we're not
Well,
calling.
Right?
Yeah.
We're not going to call the name. So
the thing,
sometimes that happens. But then the need don't arise. And so you know, about to play the player, and the man say, yo, why you bring them on all the way in the plane? Sometimes it's like that.
the thing
Right?
is,
And you have to give and take with the club, because remember there'll be another time when you really need the player and you don't want the club just draw hard end on you. That is my reading and understanding. I mean, my head is hot too, but my understands that this international football is like a give and take between the club and the country.
And also Ketarak to Dandan. All right, Dandan, if you were a professional footballer, all right, just to let you know, Ketarak can attest to this. The players all watch these programs. They all talk to each other about the program, and even if them can't talk Jamaican patois, they will dialogue with each other and get a better understanding. So while we may not agree with the player playing good or not, please be mindful that the players does have feelings. So be careful. Stop criticizing. The player is not playing well, then fine. We can say, all right, he never have a bad game and need to do better. But when you are going to be disrespectful to the player, remember a lot of these players they are traveling miles.
All
And
right.
as a Cataract just say a while ago, the players them sometimes only have 2 training sessions with the coach before a game.
All right. Here my say still. It's not really the players, It's the coach. Because we just feel like sometimes I feel like Al Grimsey, him just stubborn and really want to stick to that way him know. You don't really want to experience nothing else. Like we say, him have midfielders on the bench that's playing in their rightful position and you don't want to use them.
Yeah, but it goes to what
You get
Cataract
what I'm
just said a while
saying?
ago. But you have to
And
take into fact what Cataract just said
with the
again.
players that like if them are listening thing, and I like say with Latibeaudiere, me I cut him just now playing in position him for play, and I think him do not fit the position where the coach him not fit right there. So in the national team and an international level, maybe at him club him look good there where them can put him in the CDM role, like him look good there at that level.
He does not play CDM first club.
Well,
Play
him
centre
play a
back.
couple games there.
But Latibeaudiere has played couple games for Coventry at CDM and he has played well there. So a lot of
Yeah, but
somebody.
there are a couple of games. Listen,
No, Cataract, hold on, Cataract. I am just bringing the point to Dandan to say that Janan is saying that he has no, but I'm saying that he has played centre back CDM for his team. I'm not disagreeing with you, Cataract. I'm just saying there are factors that we may not fully understand. Because Dandan had mentioned, because I agree, we have a K right under, so we have a John Russell. But then if these players go in now and they're playing bad now, what I don't want is the attacks, the verbal attacks going towards the players because the players are making sacrifices as well. So we have to take that into consideration. The players have
Well, the fans
there.
saying is, bro. Remember with the Latibeaudiere, if you're listening this, like couple games well, like 3 games, another 3 games, bro. Like we're not seeing any difference. So the fans, like most of the fans, them was like saying like, why the coach not trying something different? And even in the Canada game, the coach chose to say, oh, like him see say it wrong. Like I dare say him kind of start for wake up where
Yeah,
him get for put low right there, bro, in the midfield. We the fans was seeing that like 3-4 matches ago, bro. So that was the point to I was saying. Like we see the problem, and we are say, oh, the fans them a call and I say, oh, we not like that. We have players we can play in the make a try it a one match. Put a player in a rightful position in a one match, make us see. And then after now, you know what I mean? But the coach, he might do the same thing
all
over
right. To be
with the
fair,
same.
so,
Dandan.
so,
All right, go on, Cataract. Sorry,
right.
apologies,
What
Cataract.
I want to say, listen, I'm going to take an opposite view um to the host, right? Football, and believe you me, unless someone get outrageous, beat never go on. The fire belt I got draw for someone. The man just have to know when you come to play for Jamaica, so we deal with our thing. It's come a long way. You remember when we used to play remember we used to watch Arnett Gardens in the 90s, a pickaxe stick the man them used to move to the man them with. So a little fire beating, never kill a man. As long as it not get racist, disrespectful or any of them something there, in a derogatory kind of way. But I think professional players know that fans will get on your back if you're not having the best of games. But some fans will come to your defense. No, I will say this for Latibeaudiere. Latibeaudiere one of the realest. I can't tell you why I whatever, but observing most, I want to realest dog. Him don't need to play for Jamaica. None time at all. No time at all. Right? If we could say this, whatever, I'm not really going on. But one of the most well-to-do players, financially, in among that group, the way you see come, probably the richest of them. So him the need for come to Jamaica, but he has a love to play for Jamaica. And remember the former England captain, you know. It's not like a regular man just switch allegiance, you know, the former captain, you know.
World Cup winner.
Right?
Too.
World Cup winner with the team.
You
But
know that.
I would love to see him fit into the side in a position in which he's comfortable and competent. I don't believe that position is CDM. I don't.
All right.
The other thing I would say though, is that I believe the coach wants to get a settled team very quickly. Time is running out on him to have gotten a second team. Right? And he's just basically taking out square pegs and putting another square peg. He doesn't want to be experimenting and rotating. That's the sense that I get. And I think there's a little frustration with the coach in that, look, we just have to work with this now because time catch up on me. We didn't have the whole of last year, but this year now, every match that Jamaica play counts. We're not friendly. And that's we are a victim of our own success. I also would say this in closing. The people that must say the same thing about Gareth Southgate. Yo, I want Harry Maguire up on the field. Look at what bad centre back them up. Harry up on the bench, man. You Harry not even there in the game. So coaches have their players whom they live and die by, ride or die by, because they may bring another thing. Remember, there's no Adrian Mariappa getting the team. So you have to get that statesman who is the statesman for the players them coming from England to help integrate and bridge the gap.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know Damian Lowe is the leader of the Jamaican born players. And Mariappa was the leader of the English born players, and they just facilitate the integration. You understand? So
I think Bobby has taken up that role, to be honest.
Yo, to me still, bro, it's Latibeaudiere.
Bobby have that personality.
I respect the players them commitment when them come and say yo them a come play for Jamaica. Cause maybe them must say yo, yes, the Jamaica need more like professional players to come play internationally. So I respect Latibeaudiere, I respect him as I say. I follow all of the player them. And I like say yo, I go pick out a favorite Jamaican player. And you have some people them now I go follow everybody on the gram. I follow the whole of them. I comment on everything. Like if something I comment on them thing, bro. You know what I mean? But there in the role, I kind of see what the coach want to do. Like he want to have a core set of player where he want to work with, like with every match. But in the time space that they got, and you know, say oh the conquer for a certain team. The coach should have do certain experiment from early out with certain players, with certain games before it reached to a level where it's a do or die thing. I was expecting him to give some other players in certain games where we could play them in them game. You know what I mean? I will see what I go on. And with some different tactics, that is where you just get the team in our way. Make we see some other tactics where you're coming with. So it's not only really the players, them, like 70% of everything is like was algorithms. It was really the coach and where him putting the players them and the system that he's playing. You know what I mean? Is that was the main thing. But we love all of the players them. Yeah, we might some of the fans them on like after a game or so coming up you know, them somebody might do something wrong. We'll come on a live and we'll say, yo, Jano, we'll get in this fun mood and like we get emotional about the game and our country. So people are gonna settings, the fans them are gonna settings, bro. We are fans at the same time. And being here, like we passionate about the thing too, you know. Like you guys are come on the channels and the talk, Cataract, you're passionate. Like the other channels, them Ryan, them passionate about the thing. Like Mr. United, like over here. So regular me and Mr. United cussing at the comments them. You know what I mean? Them man here passionate about the game. Them come. Them we should have more people come and show support to the thing.
And
So
also, then I'm gonna cut you. Cataract, I need you to attest to this too as well, because you have your fans them. You see all of the link man them where they are Jamaica. You see when time Jamaica play a stadium and a $1,500 for going to a stadium, and then the people them stream them. I thought about send me a link. We had done that for 2024. If you're not willing to take up 15 bills for go support the team at the national stadium, I don't think you deserve a voice. Am I Cataract? If I'm wrong, tell me some wrong.
You know my view already, me a ultra brother.
No, but
Yeah,
more.
me can't take it back of man where have it talk. Listen, I come from a culture where if you don't go to the games, you can't chat to man. You have to have some skin in the game. Me see ball game come out England. And man, I tell me say them have hay fever. Say when the Rasta charges this. When we the things say big sick, the man have a little hay fever. I say, yo, brother, I figure rub some Benge and take 2 Fenzik and drink a Feral and go a game.
My brother.
Whereas I like the Canada, we see some of the fans them turn up. But look at AQ and the rest of other ultra them. The man them left from New York and reach Canada, go ship in a man the place where Jamaica win. You understand? You have to get around the team.
Exactly. And it's kind of, and I think it kind of reached to the point. I think the Saturday game was a bit far, but the fact that the game was free, it was a Saturday morning, and the support that we had at the National Stadium, it was really poor.
Got 300 people in there.
Yeah, and then when you look online, you see 2,000 person for a watch along. On this watch along, another 1,000 here, so another 1,000 there, so another 1,000 there.
And man, they are Jamaica, you know. Man, they are Kingston and they for watch along.
Exactly.
And I ask you where the game a show.
Exactly, bro. Like people need to, if you're willing to go out and come, I understand. So they no support. Manchester United fans have been against the Man United owners for years, and I just know. But every match at Old Trafford, the game full. Come on, man. Like people, they really need to do better. And then when you see them when I criticize, so the JFF said them now no money. That is one reason why the JFF not. You know the reason why Adidas don't actually have an official store in Jamaica, because them believe that there's actually no fans in Jamaica. That is the main reason why we can't actually buy the jersey like out here. We have to buy it online, because they don't believe it's actually they don't have no fans out here. So people, they need put the time when they not take $1 million for buy a Chris Brown ticket. Just take 15
well,
minutes to watch
alright.
Please,
In that case, with the fans them coming into the game still, I kind of feel like the fans them kind of lose like touch. Even alright, when I even check the Manning Cup, like back then, you know, when like 2016, 2014, 2016, back then, bro, like even the Manning Cup when the match him a play in a stadium ram. Super Cup back then when me in high school, stadium ram to capacity, bro. Remember the George's JC matches, Super Cup or me go watch. And if you check the previous Manning Cup finals now, like the stadium, just grandstand alone. But the people them like the Jamaicans we are not in touch like with the football again.
Dan, I understand what you say, but the reason why I can't 100% agree to what you say, when you look at almost every stream, almost every vlogger, YouTuber, whatever analysts here, they have their show. And when you look on each one of the shows, them nobody has less than 1,000. Nobody has less than 1,000 persons watching those watch-alongs. And I'm not saying everybody on those watch-alongs are in Jamaica, are in the eastern or central part of Jamaica. But I am sure at least half is in Jamaica. And you're going to tell me that those persons aren't in touch. If they weren't in touch, remember, a watch-along is not where you're seeing the game. A watch-along is where you're hearing someone talk about the game, basically radio.
Yeah, but
Persons have not. I'm not saying it has the same impact as back in the days. It is not. I agree with that. But guess what? Persons, you're there. You're literally listening to the game, so you can't come out and support the team. I don't think it's that much.
Chevron, the last two games that I go, I have two cousins, them a baller. And yeah, them dip on Instagram and thing, But them never really hear about the game. Them never really hear about the game. Said the game I really play a stadium 2 back-to-back game. Home game. Honduras 80. It's like you see the first Honduras match. Persons like them come second half persons are come and I find out about the game, Say the game I play, Second half them say them just know about the game, so the game I play,
No, I know that in a Dandan. I'm not disagreeing with that. And I think the JFF, I think they are trying, I think that is something that they need to work on as well pertaining to marketing. But I can guarantee when Manchester United play a match, Manchester United never run an ad in a Jamaica yet for a Premier League game.
That's not
the point of me I try to say. If you're a fan of a team, I don't think you need an advertisement to remind you when the team is going to play. Cataract, when last you see a Leeds advertisement in a Jamaica? But you know say Leeds a player, right?
Yeah, but Chevron, we have to realize, people like with the previous
You find too much excuse for them.
No, I not find an excuse. A logics may I tell you about. People they lose interest in the Jamaican team at a point, bro.
Yeah, but
Like
I am not disagreeing. I am not disagreeing with that, I am not saying that persons did not. A lot of persons have. But my thing is the persons who are aware of the games, they're on the watch-alongs. Those are the persons I'm talking about, and I'm not talking about the persons who don't know about the game. I'm talking about the persons who actually know about the game, the persons who on the shows before the game, they're on the previews. Those are the fans. I am not going to pick up for any one of them, to be honest, because I've seen persons say, "Yo, I'm not gonna spend my money support JFF." Without speed is not going on the field to play. Dennis Strong is not going on the field to play. I know so everybody have an issue with the man them. But guess what? But when the team qualify for the World Cup, all away, a ball for holiday.
Well, the thing is, what you think can happen for where make the fans them can come back into the stadium? Because since them not come watch him physically, what you think can happen?
All right. For one, I know that because we have a wagonist behavior in Jamaica. That's not a lie. We have a wagonist behavior. So I think once the team becomes more successful, we will see fans back in the stadium. That's one. One thing I do believe, it's persons may have, there is a truth that, well, I've heard persons say this more than once. They're not going to the national stadium to watch a team because there's no Jamaican Premier League players playing for the national team. I've heard persons say that more than once. All right. But as I say, we have to jump off now still. So I do want to say thanks for everybody to okay man. JT had to leave. I asked me to stay for a while and I did it, but I have to leave now. So we do want to say thanks for everybody who is here. Cataract, I don't know if you're still here or not.
Yeah, but I'm here. I just listen to madness for man saying no JPL player in our team. JPL player them in our team, so I'm madness that, but When a man time is up, so we're not prolong the thing.
Yeah, so again, I do want to say we do appreciate everybody coming on. Hopefully you guys did actually like the stream. I know JT will be having shows later on. Well, sometime in the week, hopefully. And well, I'm just getting information. All right, so I just got some reliable information pertaining to fans here in Jamaica as well. Adidas did a market research on the Jamaican on Jamaica itself, and they said that they feel that most Jamaicans would not feel the need to spend $15,000 on a jersey. So that's one of the reasons why jerseys aren't actually sold directly out here. But that's the last thing. Again, thanks everybody for coming on. We do appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you guys next time. The JPL game is going on now. You guys can watch it. It's Cavaliers and who was it again? And Lima, Unseen Team. So you guys can go on and support it there. And so thanks again, guys, and enjoy the rest of the day.
I know who do the market research. You know what you have Psycho Bunny or a polo shirt.
Bro, I'll be a fake Psycho Bunny them away, bro.
That's
So,
that's
all right.
brother.
So thanks again, guys.